Лидон Роберто Гарсия. Я вам должен сказать, что фаворитом здесь, конечно, Рамон Лидон. Кто такой Рамон Лидон? Тот самый Лидон, когда-то знаменитый любитель на Кубе. Как многие другие, он, в общем, убежал на Запад, будем так говорить, и присоединился к команде боксеров, отборных и хороших кубинских боксеров, которые, в общем, покинули Кубу по тем или иным причинам. Создали команду Куба Либре. В нее входят такие бойцы, как Лидон, как Кассамайор, как Диабелес Уртада, который встретится с Костей Дзю. Ну и, конечно, Гонзалес там и так далее.
IBF supervisor ringside Darryl Peoples. The three judges assigned scoring this bout on a 10-point must system are Robert Cox, Joe Garcia, and Steve Weisfeld.
Это судьи. И, к слову, Гарсия повторяется у нас уже неоднократно в течение всего вечера. Два боксера по фамилии Гарсия, один судья по фамилии Гарсия. И даю вам гарантии, в этом зале человек 100 наверняка тоже носит фамилию Гарсия. В 32 года, 12 побед на профессиональном ринге. Ни одного поражения, одна ничья. Рамон Лидон. Тридцать 0. 23 нокаута. Роберто Гарсия. Роберто Гарсия, чемпион мира по версии IBF, защищает свой титул сегодня. Вес это до 59 килограммов. Старый наш знакомец Руди Баттл, рефери этого боя. Почему я сказал, что Лидон фаворит в этом бою? Многие так считали. Потому что, несмотря на то, что у него гораздо меньше любительских боев, у Лидона, то есть, простите, гораздо меньше профессиональных боев, любительских боев у него за плечами огромное количество, которое он провел в составе сборной Кубы. И, в общем, все достоинства, которыми блистали кубинцы на когда-то профессиональном ринге в старые времена, а потом доминировали в любительском боксе, в олимпийском, все у Лидона есть. Атлетизм, скорость, мощь и агрессия. Посмотрите, как стоит Лидон. Видите? Уравновешенно, очень сбалансировано. Кроме того, он левша, что тоже достаточно неприятно для Гарсии. Дистанцию чувствует очень хорошо. Но вот не надо забывать, что Гарсия-то как раз прошел свою школу в этом плавильном тигле на ринге профессионального бокса. Здесь всяких видали. И сбалансированных, и резких, и мощных. И если Гарсия выжил и подошел к этому бою уже в ранге чемпиона, то, уверяю вас, просто Лидону не будет в этом бою. Недостаток всех бойцов, как бы талантливы они ни были, которые пришли из любительского бокса, при всех их достоинствах у них есть один недостаток. Как правило, они предсказуемы. То есть их можно вычислить. И технику, и тактические ходы. Ну, за исключением особо талантливых, типа Оскара де ла Хойи, Шугара Рэй Леонардо и так далее. Они очень быстро меняют как бы манеру ведения боя, перейдя на профессиональный ринг. Одновременно со сменой тренера, кстати. Почти все чемпионы олимпийцы, которые перешли в профессионалы, меняют тренера. Ясное дело, что они осознают, что там их ждет совсем другой бокс, совсем другая система отношений и так далее. Хотя некоторые сохраняют. Вот Оскар де ла Хойя, вот он был чемпионом Олимпийских игр под руководством Алькасара. Алькасар остался с ним до сих пор. Но слова решающего Алькасар подготовки де ла Хойя сейчас не имеет. Шли другие тренеры, профессиональные, которые работают с ним вместе. В общем, напряженный такой был первый раунд, согласитесь. «12 раундов». Очень впечатляюще выглядит Рамон Лидон. Как держится, как движется, как уверенно и четко действует. Кроме того, он намного атлетичнее смотрится, чем Гарсия. Очень пропорционально сложенный боец. Мы с вами Лидона видели уже, кстати, в прошлых программах «Большой ринг» пару раз. Правда, он не дал нам возможность себя как следует рассмотреть, потому что все бои кончались его победой, нокаутом. Чистый, четкий удар, длинный слева проводит Лидон. Вот вам, пожалуйста. И, казалось бы, все оправдывается. Все предсказания. Лидон фаворит. У Лидона сейчас одна задача — добить чемпиона мира здесь, в углу. Он просто откровенно, затолкав его туда, бомбит слева жесткими длинными ударами. Сейчас чемпион взял и напомнил Лидону, что рановато его со счетов сбрасывать. пристрелялся Лидон. Видите, пару раз, насколько четко, выверенно он проводит эти длинные атаки, вернее, атаки длинными ударами слева. Чемпион еще и рассечение. Как четко сделал, видите, паузу сделал Лидон. Он почувствовал, что он сейчас поставит в выгодное положение Гарсии. Тому деваться некуда было, кроме как пятиться, идти назад. И вот в этот момент он раскрылся, и Лидон ударил. Что значит опыт все-таки, расчет? Что в такой ситуации может сделать Гарсия? Ну, конечно, надо уходить вот с этой дистанции, с которой действует Лидон. Кубинцы даже в любительском боксе большие специалисты подраться на средней дистанции были. Достаточно грамотно. Но их трудно, все равно сейчас им будет гораздо труднее действовать на средней дистанции против таких вот яростных, что называется, рубак, как Гарсия. Ему нужно дистанцию сокращать, ему нужно брать инициативу в свои руки, и тогда он может выровнять бой. Вот он сейчас это и пытается сделать. Похоже, что с нервами у чемпиона все в порядке. И этот нокдаун достаточно тяжелый, его из равновесия не вывел. Вот так вот. Еще один урок. Нельзя идти от боксера, тем более боксера, который выше тебя ростом, по прямой назад, да еще так вот выпрямившись, раскрывшись. Все попадания Лидона были всегда вдогонку. Если Гарсия сообразит, что он пропускает удары только когда идет назад, он может лишить Лидона главного оружия. И вот сейчас, если вы внимательно приглядитесь к тому, что делает кубинец, вы поймете, почему я говорил, что любительская школа при всех своих достоинствах оставляет и недостатки. И один из них — это предсказуемость. Посмотрите, что делает Лидон. Он повторяет одно и то же, очень часто. Простую комбинацию, раз-два. Он делает ее очень мощно, очень вовремя, рассчитывает дистанцию. И тем не менее. Четвертый раунд боя за звание чемпиона мира по версии IBF. Категории младший легкий вес, то есть до 59 килограмм. Роберто Гарсия, чемпион мира в черных трусах, защищает свой титул в бою против кубинца Рамона Лидона. Да, довольно примитивно действует Гарсия, пытаясь врубиться в защитные порядки вот этими длинными крюками. Решил простенько защищаться от Лидона, ставить блок. В общем, вот эта вот дистанция, средняя дистанция, так поставить блок, подсесть под противника и оттуда хлестать длинными крюками, это вот стихия Роберто Гарсии. Ведь вопрос не в том, что делаешь, вопрос в том, как делаешь, насколько технично, успешно и расчетливо. Вот, видите, казалось бы, из ничего возникла эта ситуация для Лидона, когда Гарсия, вот это его дистанция. И, казалось бы, все превосходство в технике, которое имел Лидон, все оно, видите, теряется, когда Гарсия выходит на среднюю дистанцию и навязывает элементарную драку. Нет, ничего тут не было, все нормально. Может быть, я излишне так уверенно заявил, что ничего тут не было. Посмотрим на повторе. Ну вот, пожалуйста, маленькие доказательства того, что он все-таки чемпион, Гарсия привносит в этот бой. Короткий правый крюк попадает в Лидона. Сигнал должен, в общем, прозвучать в этом углу. Надо повнимательнее быть в защите. Маленькая неприятность, которая грозит перерасти в большую. Это рассечение на голове Гарсии. Да, я уверен, что тут ничего не было. Не было нокдауна. Потому что не было чистого попадания. Заметили, что Гарсия даром времени не теряет. Вот по части подраться, причем в такой сумбурной, даже жаркой схватке, Гарсия разбирается очень здорово. И он сейчас боксировать перестанет, он попытается сломать Лидона, что довольно сложно. Потому что Лидон крепкий парень и опытный боец, но выдержать эту бомбежку чистые попадания, вот вам и пожалуйста. Вот конец легенды кубинского бокса. И вот вам разница. Казалось бы, простой и примитивный Роберто Гарсия против мощного, вышкаленного, элегантного кубинца. Но никаких у него шансов нет. И многие так и считали, что так оно и будет. Но профессиональный бокс — это, как мы уже много раз повторяли, совсем другой спорт. Это умение воспользоваться, причем воспользоваться безжалостно, так и жестоко, и вовремя ситуацией, это свойственно только профессиональному боксу. Да еще ко всему прочему, умение создать эту ситуацию благоприятную для себя в момент, когда уже все кажется потеряно, это тоже свойственно этому спорту. А ведь Лидон считался восходящей звездой мирового бокса. Он действительно выглядел очень здорово в предыдущих боях. Здесь на повторе видно, что Гарсию совершенно не смущают промахи. А бьет он не слабее Лидона. И бьет очень разнообразно. Полный разгром. Это, конечно, стихия профессионального бойца. Добавьте к нему еще, что он чемпион. Он должен доказать, что недаром носит этот титул. Вот это умение дожать противника, не отпустить его, не дать ему ни единого шанса, перекрыть ему все пути к спасению, вот это и характерно для хорошего профессионала.
Champion of the world, Roberto Garcia.
In charge of this bout, working in this his 54th world title bout, Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red and white striped trunks, and hailing from Fajardo, Puerto Puerto Rico. He weighed in at the junior lightweight limit of 130 pounds even, with a record of 45 wins, 5 losses. He has 30 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the former and 2-time IBF junior lightweight world champion and tonight's challenger. Please welcome Juan John Molina.
かつて WBO そして IBF のこのクラスのチャンピオンであります。返り咲きになれば3度目の王座獲得になります。ジョン・モリナ。
Champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, red, and green trunks, fighting out of La Colonia Boxing Club as the pride of Oxnard, California. He weighed in at a ready 129 1/2 pounds, undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 31 wins, no losses, 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the second defense of his title. Here is the defending and undefeated IBF junior lightweight champion of the world, introducing Roberto Grandpa Garcia.
2度目の防衛戦です。ロベルト・ガルシア。
Once again, a referee in charge, Mitch Halpern, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
レフェリーは世界戦が54度目になりますミッチ・ハルパーンです。ラスベガスのレフェリーです。さあ浜さん、はい、どこにポイントを置きますか。
順当であればガルシア、伸び盛りのガルシアだと思うんですが、モリナのライト級時代の馬力、そして荒々しさがあるとこれは分からないですね。
ああ、そうですか。はい、
ただ1回落としてるんで、その荒々しさ、馬力が落ちるんじゃないかという心配はありますけどね。
さあ今背中を見せていますがチャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシア、そしてこちら頭をかなりこのように短く、反り上げてまいりましたジョン・モリナ、そしてトランクスはプエルトリコの国旗をあしらったものであります。さあ間もなくゴングです。 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ、試合が始まりました。白のトランクスがチャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシアです。そして赤の縦縞、こちらがジョン・モリナ。モリナは久しぶりのこのクラスでの戦いになります。世界戦は11勝4敗 8KO 勝ち、一方のチャンピオンガルシアは世界戦2勝0敗 1KO 勝ちです。ミドストレートを打っていきました。アメリカ対プエルトリコの図式でありますが、このガルシア、アメリカといいましても、メキシコ系アメリカ人です。お父さん、母さんはともにメキシコ人。1960年代にアメリカに移住してまいりました。どのくらいのパワーをすることができるか、ジョン・モリナ。左かなりヘアスタイルのせいでしょうか、精悍なイメージが出てますね、ジョン・モリナ。どうでしょう、浜さん。
私は普段から荒々しさを見てるんでですね。
確かにありますね。はい、届きません。ボディブロー、中に入りました。身長はモリナの方が2センチほど高いんですが、もうちょっと高いのかなという、そんな
スタイルでしょうね。
そうですね、はい、
ややガルシアが低めに構えてますから、はい、そういうふうに見えるかもしれないですね。
ミドストレート、左に返していきました。マッチを続けます。試合は始まったばかりです。ジョン・モリナは前回の試合、シェーン・モズリー戦から8ヶ月間が空いています。一方のガルシアは前回の試合から3ヶ月足らず、3ヶ月満たない間隔であります。前回がラモン・レドン戦。ガル
シアもモリナもパンチがあって、そしてガルシアの場合は結構捨てパンチ打たないんですね。
そうですね、
全部決めるパンチを打とうとしますね。そのただ一発大きく食うところもあるんですよ、ガルシアは。
ミドストレートを打ち下ろします。
そうするとモリナの大きく振ったらやっぱりダウンしますよね。
ボディーブローから顔面、側頭部、ちょうどテンプのあたりでしょうか、打ち込んでいきます。ロベルト・ガルシア、31戦全勝、24KO、この 24KO が光ります。パーセンテージにしますと 77% のノックアウト率、ロベルト・ガルシア。もう10試合やったら8試合近く倒すという計算になります、ロベルト・ガルシア。
日本に来てデビューした当時からやっぱりステパンじゃない選手でしたけどね。
はいはい、日本でデビューを果たしていますロベルト・ガルシア。場所は九州福岡でした。2回左、17歳の時です、ロベルト・ガルシア。そして念願の世界チャンピオン、これが2度目の防衛戦になります。プロのキャリア初期の3年間というのはデラホーヤのと同じキャンプで過 戦をしていました、ビッグベアであります。今はそこを出ていますロベルト・ガルシア、今背中を見せていますチャンピオン。2人ともいいシャープな動きを見せています。ここでゴングです。第1ラウンド終了しました。このラウンドはじゃあ浜田さんから伺います。
このラウンドモリナの10対9です。
ジョンジョンモリナですか。
はい、そうです。
どの辺を取りました。
若干のクリーンヒット、そして構成点です。
ああ、そうですか。小泉さんいかがでしょうか。
私もモリナの構成取りますね。まあやはり気が入ってるせいか1ラウンド目からよく左出してですね、攻撃仕掛けましたね。
今ガルシアのコーナーです。エデュアルド・ガルシオという名前が出ていましたが、この方がお父さんであります。ずーっとこう親子2人でやってまいりました。一時デラボーヤのキャンプからガルシアが誘いを受けた時もお父さんと別れるのが嫌だということで、これを蹴っています。一方こちらが挑戦者のジョンジョン・モリナです。トレーナーはホセ・マルチです。十字を切りましたジョンジョン・モリナ。
まあロベルト・ガルシアはですね、バルセロナオリンピックのですねアメリカ代表決定戦でジュリアン・ウィアに負けたんですよね。はい、それでまあプロ転向したんです。はい、でまあ日本でデビューして最初の3試合は日本ですからね。まあ日本でもこの選手を覚えてらっしゃる方がいらっしゃると思いますね。
第2ラウンドがスタートしています。そのウィアーに負けたんですが、プロになってからはこれリマッチで仕返ししたそうですね。
そうですね、21戦目ですね。今度 NABF タイトルかけてですね、戦った時にこれは12回判定勝ちしてますね。
おっと相打ちが手に出します。右カウンターで取ろうというガルシア。試合になりますね。大きく振っていきましたジョンジョン・モリナ。
モリナはこれでいいと思いますよ。はい、
さて1ラウンドのですねコーナーの指示ですが、ガルシアコーナーではお前パンチを漏らしすぎるぞと、こういう指示を出したと。
手を出してない分モリナに攻め込まれたところありますからね。
ああ、なるほどね。
まあブロックの上ではありましたけど、だんだん加速つくと効いてきますからね。
なるほど、はい。そして第1ラウンドですけれども、ジョンジョン・モリナの方、この第2ラウンドは取ってやるから大丈夫だという役にですね、コーナーマン、セコンドたちに言い返したところです。
まあキャリアがあるんで、そういった会話してるんですね。
なるほどね。ドリブローです。それ2人の年齢差というのは10歳の開きがあります。ガルシアが23歳、この若さに比べてジョンジョン・モリナ、まあ、ボクサーとしましては33歳、もう晩年期でありましょう。
長い選手ですね、この選手も。
息長いですよね。なんといっても2つのタイトル、 IBF は7度の防衛を重ねてました。しかもそれは敗れて明け渡したわけではなくて、デラフォーエに挑戦したいがために返上したタイトルですからね。
モリナはどっちかというと希望、お客さんが望む試合をやろうとする選手ですね。
そうですね、
今ロベルト・ガルシアの左フックのダブルが良かったですよ。
はい、白のトランクスチャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシア。一方プエルトリコの国旗をイメージしていますトランクスを履いていますのがプエルトリカンのジョンジョン・モリナです。
まあモリナの弱点はですねボディにありますね。シェーン・モズリーのボディーブローでですねギブアップしましたね。はい、
そのモズリーとの試合が8ヶ月前ということになります。ジョンジョン・モリナ、パンチをストップしておいてボディに行こうとしたんですが頭を止められます。ジョンジョン・モリナ。ロベルト・ガルシアのコーナーには父親、それから兄、さらにはいとこが入っています。一家で固めているロベルト・ガルシア。手を出します。みんなが自分を見るイベントになっている、これは絶対負けられないというこのロベルト・ガルシア、2度目の防衛戦。ビッグベア、デラフォーヤがずっとキャンプを行っているところですが、そこで2ヶ月以上のトレーニングを積んできたという話です。しかしこの試合、自分が今まで重ねてきたプロのキャリアの中で最もタフな試合になることは分かっていると言っていますロベルト・ガルシア。2人が止まったところで間もなくゴングでしょう。第2ラウンドを終えました。このラウンドも浜田さんから、
このラウンドもモリナの10対9です。
第2ラウンドモリナ、はい、挑戦者を決めました。構成ですか。
はい、そうです。クリントはガルシアもあったんですけどね。
今画面ではフランソワ・ボータが映っています。控え室のようです。今回調子いいらしいですからね。
相当気合入ってますね。
まるでこの普段見るこのフランスワ・ボータとイメージが違います。かなり強烈きついような表情をしています。
やっぱりマイク・タイソンとやるわけですけどね。
力入ってるわけですよね。
入るはずですね。
一旦は3年前にねタイソンとの試合はチャンスが強いように見えたんですが、3年後に復活してきたわけですからね。
チャンスないと思ったのが来たわけですから、これは気合入りますよ。
そうですね。 さて小泉さんの採点は第2ラウンドどうだったですか？
私もモリナの構成取って10対9にしますけれど、
はい、
これはちょっと迷うラウンドですね。というのは、はい、クリーンヒット自身はですね、そのロベルト・ガルシアの左フックがですね若干当たってたんですけど、それ以外はほとんど手を出してないんですね。
迷いながらもモリナ、
そうですね。そしてモリナのパンチはですねやはり軽くてもですね数当たってますからね、はい、トータルとしてのですねそのクリーンヒットの有効度っていうのを考えると私はモリナへ振りますね。
そうですか、はい、
ただこのラウンドはジャッジによって分かれるかも分からないラウンドだと思います。
IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ第3ラウンドに入っています。ロベルト・ガルシア対ジョン・モリナです。この IBF は以前と同じような故障、ジュニアの故障を使っています。ジュニアライトウェイトなんですけれども、日本が統一しました。世界的にもその傾向にありますので、その統一した故障で、ご紹介していきたいと思います。 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチです。左を出していきます。ガルシア、序盤から激しいパンチの交換が見られています。強いパンチの交換が見られています。この両者決して軽く打つタイプでは両者ともありません。
息が長いといえばですね、とりあえずはタイガー・ロペスがですねチャンピオンだった時最初挑戦して負けて、再戦で、TKO 勝ちして、で3度目の対決でまた負けたんですね。ところがジャッキー・ガンガルーサーからタイトル取ってですね、このタイトル7度ですかね防衛しましたので、
そして先ほども言いましたが、これは負けてタイトルを明け渡したのではありません。返上という形です。ジョン・モリナ、やっぱり浜田さん、トニー・ロペスとの3連戦というのも印象的ですね。
見事でしたね、あの試合も。
ある意味で一番勢いがある時であったかもしれません。それも円熟味を増しました、このジョン・モリナ。
お客さんが喜ぶような試合する選手ですよね、モリナは。
さあこの大舞台 MGM グランドガーデンではどうでしょうか。ちょっと今顔が上がりました、モリナです。左のリードブローを突き上げたような格好になりましたが、ロベルト・ガルシアの一発で顔が上がっています。ジョン・モリナ、また左のアッパーを突き上げました。左から右コンビネーションを続けます。
ちょっとチャンピオンはモリナのですね、その忙しいリズムにちょっとか乱されてますね。
左に合わせます。左から右、ガルシア今一瞬あったんですけれども完全に腰が入りませんでした。なかなか確かに今小泉さんがおっしゃったように浜田さん、このモリナというのはリズム合わせるのが大変かもしれませんね。
そうですね、荒々しく見せながら打っていきますからね。
ちょっと出血しましたか。としたようですね。今頭が当たったんでしょうか。
ただこのラウンド左フックですね、あるいは右のショートガルシア当たってますね。
右を返しました。左が右、ガルシアが右の前のあたりカットしています。激しい打ち合い、足が止まった左から右、さらに左ダメだ、ものすごいフックです。
いやー、パンチはさすがにありますよ。
お客さんの歓声をこのフックの勢いで吹き消すような、そんな感じのフックを飛ばしていきますロベルト・ガルシア。モリナも負けていません。
ガルシア今のようにガードを締めて打っちゃった方がいいでしょうね。
なるほどね。第3ラウンド終了しました。小泉さん、このラウンドはいかがでしょう。
このラウンドはチャンピオンのガルシアですね。そして最後これ有効だったですね。一瞬モリナ食らつきましたからね。10対9、
私もガルシアのラウンドです。
両者ともお二方とも、チャンピオンに投じました。そして今カットしたところですが、右の前が終わろうというところであります。
血が目に入らなければいいんですけどね。
ここはどうですか、小泉さん。
傷自身はそれほど大きな傷じゃなさそうですね。
で今白髪の方が出ていますが、これがお父さんです。エドワルドさん。そして向こう側タツマの同じのチャック・ボダックさん。
辰吉選手対ウィラポン戦の時ですね、12月29日になりますけど、日本に来てましたよね。辰吉選手のコーナーについてますね。
大きな試合がある時には必ずこの人の姿が見られます。さあ IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチは今ゴングが鳴りまして、第4ラウンドが入りました。第4ラウンドがスタートしました。ガルシアのコーナーではカットは大丈夫だと、冷静になっていけと言っています。確かに映像で見る限りも傷自体は大丈夫のようでした。左に合わせます。傷は大丈夫です。相手は出てきます。ジョン・モリナ。
今ガルシア後手ですからね、後手じゃなくて同時かもしくは先に打つことでしょうね。
相手のパンチが来てから自分のパンチを繰り返していくという、そういうパターンになってますね。
そうするとモリナっていうといつものパターンであるわけですよね。
失礼いたします。 ちりと固めています。ガルシアの右の前にまたちょっと血が垂れ始めています。これが世界戦タイトルマッチは3試合目になります。チャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシア、前々回このタイトルを手に入れました。そして防衛に成功しています。昨年の3月このタイトルを獲得、そして10月には初防衛、そして今回2度目の防衛戦です。左、この左のキック、非常にロベルト・ガルシア特徴的に試合の中で数多く見ることができます。これはちょっと低かった。
少し、スムーズに出すといいんですよね。
ガルシアが、
力一本振ってるんで次のパンチがなかなか出ないんですね。
左を出していきます。前回の防衛戦では5ラウンド TKO 勝ちでした。ロベルト・ガルシアのボディブロー、一方ウエイトを下げてきましたこのジョンジョン・モリナの方なんですが、ここまで浜田さんどうでしょう、どう映ってますか。
動き自身はいつものペースでやろうという動きですよね。ただライト級時代はもう少し私は馬力あったと思いますね。
確かにそんな感じがありますね。これは体つきだけのせいではないでしょうね、おそらく。
でしょうね。
おっと体を取ろうとしたんですがガルシアうまく取れませんでした。入っています。左のフックが待っています。モリナも入ってきます。
モリナはコースを取ってますけれど、ちょっとディフェンスが甘いですからね。だから攻撃を持って防御にするタイプですよね。攻めてない時のモリナっていうね、やはりパンチ食います。だからチャンピオンガルシアとしては相手の出花、あるいはですね相手の1割をですねパンチ決めていくことですね。ガルシア自身もいい左持ってるんですからね。
ボディブロー左を返しました。もう一回返します。今右、非常に服系の多い選手です、ロベルト・ガルシア。右ラッパー突き合います。左フック、
身体の打ち合いですよ。
さあリング中央です。ワンツーを見せました。これゴングです。歓声が湧き上がります。第4ラウンド終了。小泉さんいかがでしょうか。
私はガルシアですね。ちょっと乱戦といいますか打ち合いの中でもですね、打撃戦の中でもガルシアのパンチの方がより正確にヒットしてたと思いますね。
ガルシアなんですけども、これ鼻血でしょうかね。
鼻血ですね。
鼻血もちょっと出てますね。
それほど多くはないようです。カットマンはどちらかというとその右目尻の方が気になっているようです。
私もチャンピオンガルシアの方が
ガルシアはですね、この前の試合ですね、ラモン・レドン、これキューバからの移民の選手なんですけどね、これ2ラウンドでものの見事に左ストレート、サウスポーの左ストレートで倒されましたよね。これそれ逆転 KO したんですけどね。ただいつも立ち上がりがちょっと甘いですね。
至近距離での打ち合いが今見られました。 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチの第5ラウンドに入ります。中盤に入ってきます。両者の動きは大体分かりましたけれども、浜田さん、中盤というのはどうでしょう、同じような展開になりますでしょうか。右のストレート合わせます。ガルシアカウンター入りましたね。入りましたね。
今の流れだとどっちが押し切るかという、前に出れるかというのは大事ですね。
この辺り体力はまだ十分両者とも残っています。右ストレート、インサイドから右スタイル、ストレートが入り込んでいきました。ガルシアです。左から右、大きく左右打球を加えました。
ガルシアいいですよ。ガルシアいいですね。
ガルシアとしては打ち合い作戦に決めたらしいですね。本当に
中央で腰を据えて試合にしようじゃないか、そんなような感じでこのラウンドが始まっています。ジョンジョン・モリナはどう応じるのか。左を出します。大きく振っていきました。後半のスタミナという面で浜田さん、モリナの方はちょっと心配があるかと思うんですけれども、
ちょっとこのラウンド打つパンチにスピード若干落ちましたね。
そんな感じありますよね。早くもこの中盤に来てでありますが、これはセーブしているのか、あるいはそのはっきりと
セーブした打ち方といろいろあるんですけど、疲れてますね。
失速したような感じですか。
ちょっとスピード鈍りましたね。
ワンツーから左を打って入っていきます。
今はガードの真ん中通ってモリナのパンチが入りましたね。ちょっと胸のあたりだったんですけどね。
ワンツーは届いていません。 チャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシア、2度目の防衛戦です。モリナ返り咲きになりますと久しぶりのチャンピオンということになりますが、かつてこのクラス WBO と IBF のチャンピオンであったことがありますジョンジョン・モリナ。2度目の返り咲き、そして3度目の体感ということになりますジョンジョン・モリナ。左ボディーブロー。このチャンピオンの白のトランクスロベルト・ガルシアの方は先ほどご覧いただきましたゴーヨー・バルガスと、同じ、現在の住所です、住まいです。ボディーブローです。ジョンジョン・モリナ、しかしガルシアも負けてない。ふらついた、ガルシアふらついたか、反撃できました。すぐさま反撃、激しい打ち合いになります。同じボディーブローから面、モリナは内側から左を通していきます。1回引きましたモリナ。一瞬ぐらついたようにガルシアが見えましたけど、その後すぐさま反撃に転じました。あと10秒少し残っています。今10秒切りました。この終了間際激しい打ち合いが見られました。左相打ちです。ゴングです。第5ラウンド終了しました。鎌田さん、このラウンドどう見るんでしょうか。
私はチャンピオンガルシアのラウンドです。
私もチャンピオンガルシアのですね終盤のこの左フックですね、スミンストレートの方ぐらつかせましたしね、その方がダメージ与えてると思いますね。
そうですか。
パンチの有効度は上だったと思います。
はい、おそらく VTR もその辺の一連の流れをこれからご紹介すると思いますけれども、映りましたらちょっと浜田さんにですね一連のパンチの交換ちょっと追っていただきたいと思いますが、今この頭は挑戦者のジョンジョン・モリナの方です。
今モリナ立ってますよね。
はい、これがカウンター最初になったんですね、ガルシアね。
このカウンターでもですねモリナの体が若干硬いんですよ、その分効き方を倍にしましたね。打たれ方、ガルシアもこのラウンド食ったんですけどね、打たれ方が違いますね。
なるほどね。さあ第6ラウンドです。ジョンジョン・モリナの方のは腰を下ろしませんでした。
そうですね。
ずっと立ったままでしたね。
だからこれが座るようになると相当疲れたというふうに見ていいでしょうね。
なるほど。6ラウンド目 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ進んできています。
座らないということはまだ大丈夫だという印でしょう。はい、
手で出していきます。小刻みなステップを切るようになりましたジョンジョン・モリナ。上下左右あるいはこうぴょんぴょんという形で動いています。スクープダッキングロベルト・ガルシア、相手のパンチをしっかりとブロックしていますガルシア。相手の動きに合わせようというそんな動きになってきましたガルシアです。
モリナはですねデラホヤに負けてるって言ってもですね、これ判定までです行ってますからね。
そうですね。
モズリーにはですねボディ狙われてストップされましたけど、8ラウンド TKO 負けしましたけどね。
今ガルシアサウスポースタイルで、変わりましたけどね、これは試合前の練習でも結構やってましたね。
そうですか。
ですからスイッチヒッターに若干変えるところを最近練習してるんでしょう。
これはですねこの前の試合ラモン・レドンとのですね、試合の前からやりだしたらしいですね。でラモン・レドンにはですね、同じキューバ人のですね、イスマイル・サラストレーナーがついてましたよね。
左ボディブローは簡単になりました。そして顔面に振り返していきます。オーソドックスに戻しました。
ガルシア待つんじゃなくて先に打つとまた展開は違うと思いますよね。
これは打っていってほしいですね。この先ほどのラウンドのインターバルですけれども、モリナのコーナーはガルシアは右を打ってきてると、左を使えと、ガルシアは右しか使っていないんだから何をしているんだという指示を飛ばしたということです。これがモリナのコーナー。確かに右を対応している面がありますガルシアです。左を打ってきます。残り45秒、この辺りからでしょうか。両者がどちらかがラッシュしていきそうです。左顎にヒットしますガルシア。これを打っています。さあ入ってきました。
やっぱりですねガルシアはサウスポースタイルよりも
左をヒットさせましたガルシアです。そしてもう一回いきます。頭をつけながら左
右構えの方がキレはいいですね。
そうですね、こちらの方が非常に落ち着いて見られます。左回 タイス右ヒットしています。ガルシアのパンチ、あと10秒切りました。5分です。第6ラウンド終了しました。 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチをご紹介しています。
4ラウンドのチャンピオンガルシアの10対9です。
はい、私も10対9ですね。サウスポーに変えてですね、最初は有効じゃなかったんですけど、その、左、そして右ですね、サウスポーに変えてからのパンチが当たりましたね。一方、モリナはですね、セコンドの指示はもっと左をつけっていうことだったんです。ところがですね、距離がいつの間にかガルシアのやや近い距離になってますよね。まあ、このクラスはですね、まあ、日本にもチャンピオンいますね。 WBA の、まあ、畠山貴則選手、そして WBC がフロイド・メイウェザーですね。そして IBF このロベルト・ガルシアですからね。まあ、皆さんイメージして比較しながら見ていただくとより一層楽しめるんじゃないでしょうか。
そうですね、ガルシアが水を口に含みました。急ぐなという指示が出ています。判定で勝つことも勝ちなんだというガルシアコーナー、そういう指示を与えたということです。
まあコーナー側をすると打ち合いでもやっぱりハラハラするんでしょう。
確実に全ラウンドポイントを取っていけばいいんだという。
私は逆に脇を締めてガードを締めて打ち合った方が逆にいいと思いますよね。
コーナーは逆に手綱をちょっと絞ったようです。抑えたようです。
打ち合うとやっぱり空気牽制を頭に入れてるんでしょうね。
まあ、ファンとしましてはその手綱をちょっと緩めてほしいですよね。離してほしいですね。
そうですね。
それはガルシアの本能で打ち合ってほしいというそんな気もします。相手マッチ左交換。ガルシア相手が入ってきます。それを食い止めようというパンチ。左少しカウンター気味になります。ガルシア右のクロス。
一発のパンチ力はやっぱりモリナよりガルシアの方がありますね。
パンチが切れますよね。
右を当てましたモリナ。
ただモリナはですね、効いてからが足ぶらつかせながら結構持つんですよ。それからがしっとりですね。
移動します。マラマンでした。ロベルト・ガルシアはもしモリナが向かってくるんなら入ってくるなら自分はボックスをする。自分がボックスができることをみんな分かってるだろうと言っています。もしモリナがボックスしたいなら離れて戦いたいなら自分は攻め込んでいくと、どちらでもいいよというコメントを試合の前に当ています。左が当たりました。ガルシア左を振ります。ちょっと大振りです。
大振りですね。打ち終わった後バランス崩さないぐらいの打ち方で抑えておくといいんですけどね。
前に左を伸ばしました。もうすでに半分過ぎていますこのラウンド。平成生中継でネバダ州ラスベガスより日本の皆様にお届けしています。この試合の後にマイク・タイソン対ブラザー・ボタの一戦があります。この試合は IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ。左をと白のトランクスがチャンピオンのロベルト・ガルシア。現在調子うなぎ登りの人気のチャンピオンであります。これが2度目の防衛戦。一方ジョン・モリナかつてのチャンピオン、この試合に勝てば3度目の王座ということになります。この辺りは距離を置いています。残り30秒を切ります。
モリナは手数は出してるんですけど不正確ですね。ミスブローが多いですね。
おっと打球がちょっとバランスを崩しかけましたジョン・モリナ。
やっぱりここ最近膝がガチガチのところありますからね、モリナは。
それとセコンドが言うようにやはり左で相手をですねそれを確かめて距離測って、そして右のパンチ持っていく、それの方がですね有効ですね。
左が引っ張りますモリナです。このラウンドも両者倒れることなく終了しました。第7ラウンド終了です。浜田さんどうですか。
チャンピオンガルシアの10対9です。
私も10対9ガルシアですね。まあガルシアのですね中間距離でですね、その左フック、これがよくヒットしますね。これ有効ですね。一方モリナの方はですね手数は出してるんですけれど、そのフリーヒットが少ないですね。プレッシャーかけて寄っていって距離を詰めて、そしてガルシアの左フックあるいは右の クロスキングのパンチですね、オーバーハンドライト食ってる感じですね。はい、ただ試合を作ってるのはこのモリナの方なんですよね。ガルシアとしてはもっとですね左を使ってですね相手の出鼻叩いてですねバランス崩させて、そして自分からコンビネーションを持っていってほしいですね。
モリナ、このラウンドも座ることはありませんでした。ちょっと頭のあたり傷がつき始めています。赤くなり始めていましたジョン・モリナです。第8ラウンドです。
そしてガルシアは体が小さいですね。日本だったらこれフェザー級の選手ですよ。だからやっぱり、まあ、ウェイトに無理してないんでしょうね。だから元気な面もあるんでしょうけどね。
第8ラウンドが進んでいます。先ほどのインターバルでモリナ挑戦者のコーナーはもっと左を使えと、そんなにパンチをもらうなと言っています。パンチをもらった証拠が顔面の赤みでしょう。右寄っていきました。この後ですね中盤以降になってきていますけれども、浜さん、モリナとしてはどう戦っていったらいいんでしょうか。
まずパンチを当てることですよね。当てやすいパンチはやっぱり左のまっすぐでしょう。
左のまっすぐ、
まっすぐ、はい。ガルシアが待つスタイルですからね、あれグローブの上でもいいんですよ。左を出しておいて今の感じでいいんですね。これでいい。はい。
頭が当たりました。カウンターを取ろうとしたんですが、その前に頭が当たっています。
モリナとしてはですね、ボディ狙いたいですね。ガルシアボディ受けたときにですねちょっと嫌がりますね。一方モリナの方もボディに弱点があるんでしょうけどね。
足踏みました。
足を踏まれてバランスを崩しています。
やっぱりサウスポーサイドになると引きの足も踏むとちょっと遅いということですね。
なるほどね。
だから踏まれるんですね。
今サウスポーサイドになっています。チャンピオンの白のトランクスモリナです。お互いの下からのパンチはそのパンチが相殺し合いました。バランスを崩しますモリナ。左をついていきます。先ほどガルシアの方は無理をするなというそんな指示も出ていました。
そうするとですね、我々からするともっと攻めればダウン取れると思う状態があるんですけどね、やっぱセコンドでそう言ってるわけですから、選手というとセコンドに言うことを聞こうとしますからね。
チャンピオンです。なんといっても勝つのがまず先決でありましょう。果たして大きなチャンスが来ない限り攻め込んではいかないのかもしれません。
ガルシアもこれだけお客さんいるわけですから、ここでノックアウトでお客さんに見せるというのは大事なことだと思いますよね。
特にこのタイソン戦のアンダーカード、これほど光るアンダーカードもないですからね。ボディーブロー2つ、ジョン・モリナ、その辺は記者会見でも本人が言っていました。十分承知のこの試合であります。全世界にこの自分のファイトをアピールするのに一番いいふさわしい場所だとも言っています。右のストレートガルシア、
このラウンドはモリナがですね一歩左から行ってますよね。ガルシアはですねサウスポーにスイッチしたんですけれど、それはあまり有効じゃなかったですね。ちょっとこのラウンド手数が少ないですよ。
左に当たりました。左パンパンになっています。
相打ちですね。
相打ちのパンパンになりました。左伸ばします。ガルシア
も力入ってる分動きが鈍くなる場合ありますね。
8ラウンド目終了です。小泉さん、このラウンドはどうでしょうか。
私はこのラウンドモリナの方に振りますね。
挑戦者モリナに、はい、
私も挑戦者はモリナの10対9です。
またドレッシングルームが映っています。グローブをはめています。この選手がフランスはボタであります。南アフリカホワイトバッファローの意味を取ります。フランスはボタ、
出番だという状況ですね。
より表情が硬くなってきています。マイク・タイソンの1年7ヶ月のブランク、どういった変化が見られますでしょうか。相手はこの申し分ないパワーを持っています。フランスはボタであります。なんと言いましても元チャンピオン IBF のチャンピオンになった選手ですからね。皆様ご覧のこの同じ画面がですね場内にも映っています。これはですね JSB のワウワウのですね、放送席ですね。小泉さん、
後ろにチャベスがいるでしょう。
そして今映ったのはチャベス、そしてちょうど反対側になるんですがモハメド・アリさんもいます。第9ラウンドが始まりました。左を出していきます。頭が当たります。試合は第9ラウンド IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチです。ロベルト・ガリシャ対ジョン・モリナ。 浜田さん、最後からですね、控室の映像は映っていますが、タイソンの映像は映りませんね。
理由は簡単でですね、試合前で誰も入れないと、控室に入れないということですよね。
シャットアウトですね。どういったアップをしているんでしょうか、マイク・タイソン、この試合の後登場してまいります。
精神集中してるんでしょうね。タイソンそれ嫌うんですよね。ウォーミングアップ結構念入りにやってきますからね。
タイソンの映像は試合が始まる直前から皆様にお届けしています。
モリナのパンチがちょっとヒットし始めましたね。
やっぱサウスポースタイルはあんまり今のところなるべきじゃないでしょう。
なるほどね、今戻しています。ちょっとそれでよってはリズムを崩してしまう可能性が長いですからね。
サウスポーになるとやっぱり止まった位置での打ち方はいいんですけどね、やっぱり瞬間的な打ち方は鈍いですね。ちょっと攻め込まれてますよ今ガルシア。
左を送っていますガルシア。試合は第9ラウンドまで来ています。右強引なクロス届きません。ガルシアです。
ガルシアもっと左を当てないとダメですね。
左のリードブローがほとんど浜田さん、引き系になっていますからね。
もともとそういったパターンなんですけどね、左のリードジャブを打つ場合でも必ず強い打ち方しようとするんですね。
先ほど冒頭に言いましたいわゆるスーパージョーのミドクロス、モーリナのパンチがヒットしました。インサイドが入っています。肩の前を通過しまして顎を捉えました。ジョンモリナ。
今もボディ打たれてちょっとガルシア嫌な顔しましたね。
ガルシアのおーと入っています。距離を詰めました。
打ち合おうかどうしようか、迷ってるところもありますねガルシアは。
ガルシアの動きが
打ち合うんだったらもう少し押し切るぐらい打つといいんですけどね。
ちょっと中途半端、
中途半端まででもないです。打ち合ってよりいるんですけどね、もっと強引にいくといいですね。
最後の打ち合いになるか、このラウンド。
だから押されてるんですね今。
ここでゴングです。第9ラウンドを終えました。このラウンドはどうでしょうか。
私はモリナですね。
はい、
私もモリナの10対9です。
これタイソン、これは扉ではないですね。扉の横のマイク・タイソンと書かれました、表札といいましょうか、カードを写したものでありました。やはりシャットアウトのようです。はい、お話の途中です。失礼いたしました。小泉さんがモリナ、浜田さんも、
モリナです。
モリナでいいですか。
はい、
これはですね一種のエクスキューズ言い訳ですね。なぜボタばっかり映してタイソン映さないんだと。だからタイソンはですね映させてくれないんですよね。だからドア映してどうなるんだと思うんですけれど、そこはですねタイソンは取れないんだよっていうのを皆さんに説明してるんだと思いますね。
世界各国からこのリングサイドに、テレビクルーが乗り込んできています。そして全世界、50カ国を超す国に放送されます。大きなイベント、ノンタイトルのメインの試合なんですけれども、マイク・タイソンの復帰戦ということで注目を集めています。この MGM グラウンドラスベガスにあります。そのアンダーカードセミファイナルの試合をご覧いただいています。
さすがインターナショナルですね。後ろはチャベスがスペイン語で喋ってますし、で前はもうドイツ語、そして向こうフランス語、その前は英語ですもんね。
そうですね。そしてこの1万4000今回は用意されています MGM グランドガーデン、席はすでに満員に近い状態になりました。さ
すがに何時頃タイソンが来るということをお客さんよく知ってるんですね。
そうですね、この模様は全世界に流れています。そしてカジノからもおそらくこの後リッチマンがいっぱい詰めかけてくるんではないでしょうか。左出しています。
今の戦況はですねモリナの方がアウトボクシングしてますね。ガルシアの方が入っていってはちょっとこの前の2ラウンドはパンチ食ってますね。だから距離はモリナの距離ですよ。だからモリナが良くなったのはですね、モリナ姿勢で攻め込まなくなったことですね。バランス良くなってますよ、この2ラウンドはね。
小 井さんのコメントは無理がなかったようです。手を出していきます。いいリズムになってきましたジョン・モリナ。第10ラウンド、やっぱり形勢、自分の試合の運び方がこの動きにも表れているようですね、浜田さん。
ちょっと力の抜き方分かりますね、普段だともう少しこういうにいけるでしょう、モリナは。
そういう感じにはなっていません。しかしポイント的には競ってはきていますけれども、どうでしょうか。ちょうど中盤はガルシアがずっと抑えていたことになります。3ラウンドから7ラウンド。しかしこれはあくまでも放送席の採点であります。3人のジャッジはどういう判断を下していますでしょうか。
モルナが完全にリズムボクシングやってきましたね。
これはガルシアにとってはどういうことが言えますか。
いや、好きなことをやられてるっていう状態ですよね。
こうなったら踏み込んでワンツーからですね、左アッパーのボディですね。そして左フック返す。その左フック当たりますよね。
モルナ今の状態で左にまっすぐ出すと当たりますね。
そうですか。
これは当たりますよ。
左から右リードブロー邪魔されます。モイナが入っていこうというところ、ガルシアが逆に出ていきました。
この辺の試合運びがやはりベテランの味ですね。
このキャリアの中で一番強敵と当たっている、それはガルシア自身も認めていました。左が当たります、左が当たります。ガルシアのパンチは姿勢バック斜めにされましてかわされました。ロングです。第10ラウンドも終わりました。
ラスベガスではですね、こういうアウトボクシングポイント取ってくれるんですよね。フットワーク使いながらジャブ使って、たまに軽いワンツーでペース支配するとポイントいくんですよね。このラウンドは私はモリナですね。
私もモリナの10対9です。
第10ラウンドまで終了しています。こちらアメリカネバダ州ラスベガスから衛星生中継で皆さんにご覧いただいています。こちらの時間はまだ16日土曜日の夜の午後8時7分を回ったところです。そちらは日曜日の朝お昼だと思いますけれども、この試合の後にマイク・タイソンの復帰戦が控えています。相手は南アフリカホワイトバッファローフランソワ・ボタです。かつての IBF のヘビー級のチャンピオンでもありました。
このロベルト・ガルシアの前のチャンピオンがアートロ・ガッティなんですね。でアートロ・ガッティがやはり体重区のためにそのタイトルを返上して、その空位のタイトルをですねハロルド・モレンと戦ってこのロベルト・ガルシアが取ったんですよね。で初防衛戦がラモン・レドン、これが2度目の防衛戦になりますけどね、ちょっと苦戦してますね。ここまではですね私たちの採点これイーブンですよね。
お二方とも全く一緒の採点を下していまして、ちょうどお互いに取ったラウンドが5つずつということでイーブンです。あと残り2ラウンド。
他の人の見方には他のイーブンがあると思いますけど、私たちの見方はやはりイーブンですよね。
リングサイドの3人のジャッジ、そして、スタジオのお二方はどうなんでしょうか。放送席は現在のところイーブンであります。ガルシアのコーナーの情報です。相手に打たせるな、相手をオープンの状態で追いかけるなと言っています。あと2ラウンドだという指示を出しています。ガルシアコーナーです。あと2ラウンドだ。この2ラウンドでどういう展開が生まれてきますか。
オープンな状態で追いかけるなったらどういう意味ですかね。もうちょっと具体的な指示を出してやった方がいいですね。左で崩してから入れとかですね。
割とガルシアの方は漠然とした指示が多いようですね。
ただ選手との間でそれでですね不調があって、そしてその選手が納得すればいいんですけどね。
なるほど。この辺は常日頃ねコミュニケーションを取っている間ではこれ以上の言葉はいらないのかもしれません。こう言われたらこういう動きなんだというのがもしかしたらあるのかもしれませんが、振った。これは当たっていません。
浅いですね。
もう少し踏み込みが鋭ければ飛んでたんですけどね。
おっとニュートラルコーナーごめんという、ジョン・モリナ謝っておりましたけれども休ませます。注意を与えます。これは減点はロブラインですね。
注意だけですね。
11ラウンド残り1分切ります。
ガルシアミスブローが多いですね。
右をフォローしますが右は届きません。このラウンドの序盤から中盤にかけて大きく振っていましたロベルト・ガルシア、今も強く振っています。これが当たりません。
今アッパー狙い撃ちですからね、そのモリナですね。 距離がモリナの距離になってますよね、今。
モリナは完全にポイント取るためにもう少し左欲しいですね。
出入りを激しくしています。しかしそれほど左を使っているわけではありません。左に飛ばします。右のクロス、外に弾かれました。
モリナとしてはやはりガルシアの左フックですね、あれを気をつけたいですね。
ボディブロー、レフトライン、リズムボクシング、ポイントを漁っています。モリナもボクシングしてもこれでポイントを取っていけるかどうか。あと2ラウンドです。このラウンドもまもなくゴング。このラウンドもこの試合もラストラウンドまで進みそうです。11ラウンド終了しました。藤見さんどうですか。
私はですね、迷いながらこのラウンドはモリナですね、振り分けますね。今モリナピンスは支配してるんです。両手で足を持ってるんです。フックは使えます。ところが肝心のパンチあんまり出てないんです。一方モリナはですね、ミスブローばっかりです。手数は出してます。防御というそのポイントでもですね、やはりモリナの方が上なんですけど、クリーンヒットはお互いにないんですよね。
浜さんどうでしょう。
私はガルシアのラウンドです。
お二方割れました。初めて割れました。
モリナの最後の表情を見ると取ったつもりでいると思いますよ。ゴンなった後の表情を見るとですね。
ラストラウンド以降大事なラウンドですね。
そうですね。
これラストラウンド勝負ですね、これ。
IBF 世界スーパーメザー級のタイトルマッチ、ガルシア2度目の防衛戦、微妙なところまで来ています。ジョン・モリナ、返り咲きなるか、こちらも微妙です。ラストラウンド、身を出していきます。防衛戦、2度目の防衛戦にしては大きなひのき舞台。マイク・タイソンのアンダーカードに組まれましたロベルト・ガルシア。一方、返り咲きに組みましても大きな舞台。
最後、
はい、
必ず取ったというところを見せたいところですね。
ガルシアは最後のラウンド、相手を倒しに行けというコーナーの指示です。倒しに行けと言いましたよ。
なるほど、逃げ切れという指示から倒しに行けですね。
逆に倒された、逆にガルシア倒されました。チャンピオンダウン、
このダウンは大きいですね。
右のクロスですか。
いや上から打ち落とし、これは大きいですね。
オーバーハンドライトですよ。
いやこの今のダウンは大きいですね。
大きなダウンを期してしまいましたガルシア。さあこれは本当に、本当に倒しに行かなければいけません。ロベルト・ガルシア、チャンピオン2度目の防衛戦、だいぶきつくなってきました。
いやこのダウンは最終ラウンドのこれ大きいですね。
さあこのまま試合は終わってしまうのか、あるいはガルシアもう一発打ち返すことができるか、モリナ追い打ちをかけることができるか。追い振っていきます。ガルシアが相手を倒しに行けと指示を受けたその直後にモリナが倒しに行きました。これは試合巧者であります。33歳、これが51戦目のプロのキャリアであります。かつて2度の王座についたことがありますジョン・モリナ。左を出します。一方ロベルト・ガルシアは前々回プロ30戦目にしてこのタイトルを手に入れまして、初防衛に成功。
さっきのパンチでひるみましたかな、ガルシアは。
精神的にちょっとひるんでますね。
大事なこのラストラウンド、
前へ出た方がですね、逆に入った方がより安全なんですよね。時に左打ち持っていった方がいいですね。
今体をつけましてその中に入っていこうというガルシア、その姿勢を見せています。左から右追っていきます。
ガルシアは交代するとまたジョン・モリナのですねオーバーハンドライトと距離があってですね、また倒されますよ。入った方がいいです。
頭をつけています。両者繰り出していきます。ボディブロー、残り40秒切りました。みんなパーカット。ガルシアボディーをアップしました。ガルシア勢力当たりません。これ空振り、危ない危ない。
力の抜いたモリナはなんていうんですか、スタミナ力はないボクシングしてますね。
このラウンドはモリナにしたらダウンを奪ったし、もうこれでいいか、
もうこれでいいか、逃げ切ろうと、
そんな感じのようですね。
打たれなければいいと、軽くやってるだけでいいという状態ですね、今の状態は。
このジャッジはローブローだ。これは減点かもしれないぞ。これは大きな減点になりそうだ。どうでしょう、ニュートラルコーナーにチャンピオンを下げました。普通の植木であります。先ほどの試合もこの終了間際にこういうローブローがありました。今回は起き上がれません。
現 ね、これは。
ここもですね、駆け引きももしかしたらあるかもしれません。
完全な下だったとは見えなかったんですけどね。
ここマイナスポイントになりますと、この最終ラウンド3ポイント差大きいからですからね。
これは
どうでしょう、ミッチ・ハルパーはどういう判断を下すか。
That's a low blow. That's your first one. Keep it up. I know you did. Okay. Hey, you alright?
下しませんか。
減点なし。
減点なしですか。これはガルシア救われたかもしれません。さあ攻めます。最後だ最後だ。頭が当たりました。試合終了です。最後も思いっきり頭が当たっています。試合終了。ラストラウンド、小泉さん、ガルシアがダウンを奪われました。
10対8ですね。
はい、モリナのダウンですね。
私も10対8です。
お二方とも10対8ダウンがありました。モリナはちょっと勝ったようなそんな感じであります。IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ、わかりませんねこれね。
例えば11ラウンド目のポイントなんかですね、そのモリナがアウトボックスしてと見るか、その一応空振りでもですね攻めてる構成と見るかですね、そこで違ってきますね。
そうなんですよね。これ我々もこちらに来てリングサイドで実況するためにハラハラします。ジャッジの取り方によってこれはあるいは大きく差が開くケースもなきにしもあらず、こういう言い方になってしまいます。 IBF 世界スーパーフェザー級のタイトルマッチ、ロベルト・ガルシア対ジョン・モリナ。この試合も判定になりました。この試合の採点を終わった後、東京のワウワウのスタジオに返しまして、さらにその後試合がタイソンの試合が待ち受けております。さあどうでしょう。モリナの方はお子さんですね、これ入れてきたようです。
モリナの方もですね、その3回から7回までですね、ポイント練習されてますね。
そうなんですね。
だからもう1ラウンドか2ラウンド早くですね、このアウトボクシング戦法に切り替えておけばですね、その勝利は固かったと思いますけどね、これちょっと微妙な採点じゃないでしょうかね。
2度目の防衛になるかロベルト・ガルシア、あるいはジョン・モリナとしましたら2度目の返り咲きになるか、3度目の体感。さあスロー VTR、右オーバーハンドライト、
打ち落としですね。
これ左が下がるところクロス気味ですよね、やっぱりね。
上から打ち落としましたね。
耳の下ですね、アンダーザイヤーのところですね。
これは逆角度でしょうか。
ローブローですね。ローブロー、ローブロー、座り込むほどでも私はなかったと見ましたけどね。
私はですね一瞬ここで計算してて、これね2ポイント取ったと、もう1ポイント取っとこうっていうんで、ここで演技したのかなとも思ったんですね。
確かにそうにね見えましたね。
まあベテランだなと思って、役者やのと思ったんですけどね。
しかしその1ポイントはねありませんでした。
レフリーはこれぐらいのローブローは1回では減点なしという判断なんでしょう。
そうですか。
ただその前にですね一度注意はしてましたもんね。だからどうかなと思ったんですけれど、再開後の時間短かったですね。
そうですね。さあどうでしょうか。
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at the MGM Grand, we have a unanimous decision as all three judges agree and score the bout exactly the same, 115 to 112, all three in favor of the winner. And still the IBF Junior Lightweight World Champion Roberto Grandpa Garcia.
いや頭に来たモリナがもうすぐリングを降りましたね。頭に来てるんですね。
全員が115対112、3ポイント差、全員が、3ポイント差、3対0でした。3対0で判定でロベルト・ガルシアがジョン・モリナを下しました。2度目の防衛に成功です。さあそれではマイクを東京のスタジオ、ワウワウのスタジオにお返しします。皆さんお願いします。
He weighed in at 129 and 1/2 pounds, undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 28 wins, no losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting the #1 ranked IBF Junior Lightweight contender, introducing the undefeated Diego Chico Corrales. And his opponent across the ring on my left, presenting the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing burgundy trunks, fighting out of La Colonia Boxing Club in Oxnard, California. He weighed in at a ready 129 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign as well, with 32 wins, no losses, 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the third defense of his title. Here is the defending and undefeated IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the world, introducing Roberto Grandpa Garcia. Once again, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions.
All right, gentlemen, we follow the rules of the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. I want good sportsmanlike conduct, understood? Okay, now these trunks here, they're a little high here, okay? Touch them up, remember guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Give me a clean fight.
Roberto Garcia, the champion, not a particularly fast starter. Let's get keys to victory.
Well, he needs to close the gap and work on the shorter fighter, shorter reach.
How about the challenger?
Corrales needs to use a good jab from the outside. When he gets inside, use that leverage he has with height. Uppercut, uppercuts, uppercuts.
First thing we noticed when Corrales walked into our fighter meeting yesterday, a fresh-looking cut under his right eye. He said he got it in training, so no surprise here if he just starts bleeding at the start. Fortunately, it's below the eye, so it won't cloud his vision. Garcia, major factor here could be that the two have had a similar amount of fights, but Garcia's had the better competition. Garcia's fought John Molina, a difficult opponent, Harold Warren, just to name a couple. Yet Garcia's inactivity might enter in as well. And Purdy talked about Corrales' height. He's 6 feet. Garcia said he trained 2 months up in Big Bear, California, sparring with tall fighters. So everybody seems to have everything covered here.
Now, the champion just came in with a nice overhand right. His timing seems to be okay. The long layoff right now apparently not a factor.
And he's not afraid to lead off. I mean, he's not afraid to take the lead in the dance. There he goes again with a nice hook. You have to notice that Chico came in with Desert Storm with all those fatigues, and on the last time I saw an athletic contest like that, University of Miami took its lumps from Penn State and Festival, all dressed in combat gear.
Miami with a big comeback today in football.
Oh, baby.
Roberto Garcia sometimes just lays back and waits for the right moment, as he did with Ramon Leydon. Came back from a knockdown to beat John Molina.
Both of these fighters showing they got a little pop in their system, and they can punch a little bit and also get good respect from each other.
This should be a good one.
The main thing is you see two, nice right hand.
Beautiful straight right hand, followed up by a combination flurry by the champion.
So you see both of them crisp punching, strong punching. You know, they're just not laying around. They're really popping.
As big and tall as Corrales is, as long as his reach is, he doesn't really like to work from the outside. He doesn't really like to move away. He likes to come forward. If he comes forward all night long, Garcia's going to be in for a long night.
I'd like to ask you a question. Where's his jab? He hadn't thrown that thing yet. Look as tall as he is, and with the height he's got and reach, why hadn't he thrown that jab?
He's gone for the whole run.
Right now, I think the strength factor for Garcia is pretty good in it. He's gauging. Corrales is gauging and waiting on the punches, block him to fire back. He's counterpunching, not his particular fight.
It's his first title shot, Corrales, in the camouflage. I'm sure he's very over-anxious, don't you think, and perhaps not quite in his game plan with the jab.
I think so. I don't think he's in his fight, but I think Garcia is. I think Garcia's fighting his fight.
Couple of beautiful left hooks there by Garcia, the much more experienced fighter. Been in there with the stiffer opposition. Overall, Corrales said his best weapon, left hooks to the body, but against Garcia, he said we'll see uppercuts and left hooks to the chin.
You know, right now, he's not really working any of the uppercuts on the inside. The left hook to the body is working for Garcia, and the straight right hand, too. I think right now, maybe all of the moment for Corrales is gotten to him a little bit, but he's throwing punches.
Garcia missing with that big left hook as we head for the bell in the opening round. Well, for those of you not glued to the baseball, instead sticking with boxing, if you're just joining us, you know the score, but right there, the Yankees defeating the Braves by a final of 4-1 to take Game 1 of the 1999 World Series from Atlanta.
No es cubeta. Relax, relax. Es de nosotros. Deep inhales. Sí, es de nosotros, cabrón. Mira, vas a tumbar gachos, lo vas a tumbar gacho. Mantén tus manos arriba, ¿eh?
Más vivo, con tus manos arriba, más rápido.
He says he's got to be fast. You got to be faster.
¿Y con más presión o...?
Sí. Cuando tenga la chance, él no quiere.
He said,
No quiere,
he says, if I have a chance, do I go for the knockout? And he says, yeah, go ahead, go get him.
Ándale. Pero con cuidado, ¿eh?
But with caution.
Busquen una cubeta.
Go get him, but with caution. Really early in this fight to go get a guy like this. I'm afraid a little too early to go do that.
Well, particularly against a guy like Corrales, who is a proven warrior, undefeated, earning the top standing here.
I don't think didn't he tell us he's never been down?
That is correct. Never been down.
He said he...
Well, he might go down here. What a left hook, a series of left hooks and rights to the body by Garcia, who does want to end it here in round 2.
You know what's interesting? Garcia going back to his corner, asked his corner, sure, I go after him. He sensed something. I don't know what, but we're seeing what happens because of what he thought.
Yeah. He said, can I go after him? I said, yeah, go ahead. Andale, go get him.
A little unorthodox for Garcia, who usually waits it out. But he obviously did see something in the opening round. Was Corrales weathering the storm?
There's a cut.
And it's the same cut that we saw under his right eye in the meeting yesterday.
Hey, you know, it's funny, sometimes a champion would like to let a challenger know, okay, welcome to the big time. I'm going to put you in your place and let you know you're in for a real fight.
And back comes Corrales with a combination to the head. That got the attention of Garcia.
Corrales starting to go to the attack now. He's starting to get it together.
Oh, he nearly staggered. It may have been a slip, but I think a punch got in also.
It was a nice right hand under the heart. It kind of takes your legs out. It's a good, hard body shot.
It buckled Garcia momentarily. And Garcia comes rifling right back with a left-right combination.
Now Corrales is doing his fight. Now he's getting into it.
Maybe he needed a little wake-up call.
Well, he got it.
And Garcia continues to pour it on.
Garcia's having a lot of success with the left hook, underneath and to the chin.
Furious action here in round 2 as we approach the final minute. There's a left hook that connected by Corrales.
Still no real uppercuts on the inside from Corrales, just a couple of token. He threw a little bit of a perfunctory uppercut at him. There's nothing real.
He's getting beat this round, but he's doing much better than he did the first round. He's going after it. He's going after his Corrales. He's wide awake now.
82% of Corrales' fights have ended inside of 6 rounds. He's got a terrific track record. And I tell you what, Corrales has some chin.
Great left hook on the jaw of Garcia. He hit Garcia with a good shot. He got the champion's attention.
But back comes Corrales.
Corrales giving as good as he's getting. Whoa, look at that right hand. Right hand by Garcia right on the button and did not move.
It has been nearly non-stop action. Big right hand there by Garcia, the champion, in the lavender trunks, missing and almost paid for it. And a powerful straight right by Garcia just before the bell.
Well, this is everything we expected and more. Gosh, this is good.
Get the water. Not yet. Take it easy with the water. Okay. Hey, keep it cool, settle down, and work. You got to work it behind your jab. You hear me? Okay, come on. You say yes, but you don't do it. Okay? You say yes, but then you don't do it out there.
Garcia being very effective with that left hook. He came out with the right hand. There's a straight right hand, and there's a left hook on the ear. A second hook. Been very effective with it. They're trying with a third, and eventually it goes to the body with even more left hooks. Later, some nice combinations by Corrales. Champion comes in, he gets right uppercut in there. There's another one. A couple of hooks. Not all the shots were clean, but it was a nice combination. He won that transaction.
Round 3, the champion Garcia set the tone of an exciting round 2 with a series of left hooks at the 22nd mark, but Diego Corrales came back with several solid shots of his own.
Garcia working beautifully that second round, but Corrales came back nice too. Almost even that round up. That was a blazing round.
Diaz lecturing Corrales in the corner. Left hook right to the jaw by Garcia, who really opens it up. Lefts and rights all over the challenger.
Garcia started out going right hands to the jaw, left hook to the body. Right hand to the head, left to the body, then he switched it to the right hand to the body, hooked up top, and he really hurt and confused the challenger.
Garcia displaying tremendous hand speed.
And desire, boy, he's just filled with desire to get this guy out of here. Concentration.
Back comes Corrales, but it's Garcia doing most of the damage. No knockdowns yet, but a cut was sort of reopened under Corrales' right eye in round 2, reopened from training before the fight began. Very confident Roberto Garcia from Oxnard, California, now boxing more, dancing around, finding the openings and scoring almost at will.
Well, he said he trained with tall guys. I believe him. He's got the answer right here.
Well, I'll tell you, his timing seems to be good. If his conditioning holds up, this is going to be a great war.
Garcia continues to be very convincing here.
Yeah. And Corrales convinces me he can take it. Well, he's getting hammered. What?
Time. Give him that corner. Come over here.
What?
No Cortez.
Accidental headbutt. Accidental headbutt.
Calling an accidental headbutt.
He's cut.
Champion's cut over the right eye.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Over and under.
Come in. Let's go.
Over Garcia's and under Chico's.
The one over the eye, of course, more critical because it could blur your vision if the blood goes down. Let's see what happens.
Oh.
Big left hand there by Corrales, but he didn't follow it up. He just kind of stood there and admired it, and his corner was upset because he stopped.
Corrales starting to get the distance with that short hook on the inside. Again, not fighting at a big distance, not fighting. Beautiful right hand there by Corrales. He's starting to get the timing, to gauge the champion's moves.
The blood is outside the right eye of the champion Garcia. It doesn't seem to be getting into the eye. You can see it streaking down the side of his face now. And Corrales is doing a number on Garcia's head, and he's coming forth with straight rights and lefts as well, and uppercut. Well, he's got the champion a little bit dazed right now.
The tide has just turned a little bit, Steve. The momentum has just made a real about face.
Quite an ebb and flow to this championship fight here in the final seconds of round 3. Tremendous action.
Time.
Adentro no hace nada.
Tranquilo, tranquilo.
Tranquilo, mijo. Vamos.
Take it easy, sir. Tranquilo, be calm.
Don't blow your nose.
That's
Move
easy.
up ass, okay? Keep him up.
Tienes que cerrar tus manos. Cierra tus manos porque te puedes pegar. Ciérrate bien cerradito. Métete como un cabezón, Robert.
He says the cut's all right.
Sí, ya. Estás adentro, Robert. Cerradito. Cerradito, ¿eh? Póngase cerradito. Y haga cabezón, Robert. Haga cabezón con la...
He says, you got confidence. You got to come more at him. Come more at him.
Take a look where the clash of heads caused the cut. Right in there, the heads banged, and champion came away with just a slight gash.
It's a little more sense of urgency now for Garcia. A cut at the outside corner of the right eye of Garcia at the 2-minute mark of round 3. Accidental headbutt, it's ruled.
It really didn't look like that much of a butt, did it? It didn't look like one of those resounding booms, you know. It's like...
It's just a graze, but it opened up the skin.
Yeah. I don't think it's that bad when you look at where they were working with.
Round 4, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship. It has been a thriller.
That's the second time he's hit low, and Cortez is correctly trying to stop this from being a low blow fest.
Well, he said at the start of the fight, he said, I'm firm and fair.
5-inch height advantage for the challenger Corrales, who's coming back. Combination. Back comes Garcia, though.
Boy, those hooks are thundering hooks from both guys.
Straight right hand there by Garcia.
Just before Garcia threw that right hand, I was going to say he's throwing less right hands and stayed with the hook.
Garcia continues to come forward and press the attack.
That's the first time I've seen Chico's head go back. I mean, the effect of that punch was so hard.
Chico being the challenger, Diego Corrales.
That cut under the eye is not bothering him, but it's swelling the eye.
Oh, a wild miss there. Very dangerous for Garcia, but Corrales couldn't take advantage. They told Garcia, I noticed in the corner, don't blow your nose.
Yeah, that's because it'll go into the sinuses and blow your eyes out. I mean, it'll cause a swelling.
Garcia fighting on the inside, going to the body. And these shots have to be taking their toll. Good duck under move by Corrales.
So Corrales needs to tie Garcia up here or spin out. He does not need to stay in there. His big long arms cannot be as effective as a shorter man when they're that close.
And the blood is starting to bother Garcia. He's wiping it off. It is getting in his eye.
4-inch reach advantage for Corrales in the camouflage. He's trying to land uppercuts to the chin, Corrales. Under a minute left in round 4. These are like rock'em sock'em robots.
Nice combination. The hunter here is Garcia, no question about it. He is battling this guy from one rope to the other.
But Corrales, with a good chin, continues to hang tough, and every once in a while he answers back, but it's been mostly Garcia for sure.
Garcia, another beautiful right hand. Garcia realizes he has to come forward. He goes back, he loses every advantage he has with his power.
What a great right hand that was by Garcia. Another one that missed, but it was a good idea. Wow. That is heavy action.
Well, in a rare public workout this week, Mike Tyson displayed his power and talked with members of the media who were in attendance.
I've hit Bigfoot with the big bag. I've hit him with the chip. I've hit him with everything I got, and today happened to be the day he go down. But this guy, listen, I've hit this guy with bombs. He didn't go anywhere. Today must be my day, you know what I mean, or something.
And coming up in our main event, it'll be Mike Tyson versus Orlin Norris, the return of Mike Tyson after this co-feature. You see the cut under the right eye of challenger Diego Chico Corrales. He comes forward to the center of the ring to meet the champion, Roberto Garcia. Two very game athletes, neither given an inch.
As that tide started to turn in the third round, I thought the fourth round, the champion Garcia took it right back.
Yeah. Just when it looked like the other guy was going to come off, Garcia had none of it. He just came in and chased the guy all over the place. Chico is fighting, but he is fighting going back.
Garcia landing with left hooks to the injury underneath the eye. Oh, what a big left hand there by Garcia. He caught Corrales trying to duck away.
That right eye of Corrales is starting to get a little ugly, too. It's closing a little bit.
It's closing. It was the last round, getting worse.
It's like target practice for Garcia. He's been throwing bullseyes at that injury from the start. It's ballooning. But Corrales undaunted. Now things momentarily slowing down. Very rare for this fight.
Oh, don't worry about that.
It'll pick up.
Oh, don't worry about that. This is going to pick up. Corrales needs a little break from the pummeling he's taking.
He needs about a week in Bermuda.
That was a beautiful counter by Corrales. What he did was block the champion Garcia's punches and fire back with a left hook right hand.
Corrales, straight left, right.
Another great series of punches.
Garcia has a good chin, too.
If Garcia leaves him alone, Corrales will attack with a variety. It's when he's on top of him that he is winning these rounds.
Bobby, when you fought, did you like to fight taller fighters?
They were all taller than me, Steve. I'm kind of short for my weight. Very rarely did I fight someone my weight But when I did, it was sometimes a little more awkward because I was used to punching up. Excuse me, my height.
You're not that short.
I'm short enough.
We approach the final minute of round 5.
And Corrales having a lot of trouble with his eye. He's winking a lot. He's blinking. See him? He's having a lot of trouble with his eye.
A little hesitation, right hand by Corrales, but it didn't fake out to Garcia.
No, but he's been fighting hard. Corrales has been fighting hard this round. Fighting very hard. And Garcia seems to have taken the round off. Oh, yeah.
The cut doesn't seem to be bothering Garcia on the edge of the right eye.
Now the eye problem is on the other camp. Is it Corrales?
Smacking right hand. Oh, and that's followed up by a left champion. A left hook by Garcia right on the jaw.
Turn your mouthpiece. Turn your mouthpiece. Okay. Put in water. Put in water over here. Okay, you heard him. You heard him, Chico. All you got to do is just keep boxing, baby.
Let him go.
Okay? Put your hand down. Put your hand down. You keep using the jab. More jabs. Don't worry about it. Mira, cuando tires cabecea adentro, así como cabeceaste ahorita, no te endereces, carnal, porque te pega la derecha.
Keep your head down. Don't straighten up.
Estás ganando el round, lo volviste a ganar, pero hay que trabajar.
You were winning the round and you let the guy take it from you.
Hay que trabajar adentro.
You have to work inside. Work inside.
Okay, sube tu mano derecha, Roy, cabecea porque se está tirando la...
Throw your right hand. He's throwing too much on this side.
Remember when Garcia went to the corner after round 1 and he asked his guys, you think I should take him out in round 2? Well, we've come a long way since then. A slightly slower pace to the 5th round, though it was a good one for the #1 ranked challenger.
Most fighters need to have some answers for themselves in the first 2 or 3 rounds of the fight. How much heart does this guy have? How good is the punch? How much of a punch can he take? And I think the champion wanted to find out just what he was dealing with.
Well, he found out. He's a tough, tall guy. That's what he's got. He's got a tough, tall guy.
Well, I have my head 3-1-1.
Here's the jab we were talking about. Jab at 3-2, and I have Garcia head.
Yes, I do as well.
Which is, by the way, 48 to 47 on my court.
As we approach the halfway mark. Well, it's a quick jab.
That's a jab I was talking about in the first 2 rounds that I didn't see. Why didn't I see that?
Oh, and then he follows it up with a beautiful combination of the head and momentarily rocked the champion.
He hurt the champion with a good left hook.
He's got him hurt. He's got Garcia hurt.
Remember, Garcia's never lost. He's the champion. It's his 3rd defense. He has been down 3 times, though, and he's come back to win all 3.
And remember that both these guys have explosive KO power. Their percentage is awesome. These are guys used to knocking out people.
Morales trying to put Garcia down, but the glove really hit to him.
The legs are not under Garcia properly. He is in trouble. He has some problems.
Garcia has problems. He's in trouble now. He stopped hitting back. Now he comes back. Boy, is he courageous.
He's in a lot of trouble. He still hasn't got his legs under him. He's got his balance. One good shot to put this guy down.
There he goes. He's down for the 4th time in his career. Here in round 6 against Morales.
6, 7, 8.
The bloody face of the champion, Garcia. He says, I'll continue. He has heart.
Remember, these are knockout artists. They know how to knock out.
Corrales going in for the finish. Garcia stumbles. Garcia's in all kinds of trouble.
He's in trouble, Steve. His legs are not under him, and he's not holding on. He's trying to fight out of it, and he's walking into shot after shot.
Corrales trying to take the title away here in round 6. Joe Cortez watches very closely, but he knows what Garcia's made of, so give him the benefit of the doubt.
Garcia's leg on. There he goes. He just has no legs. He's up on just courage.
Unbelievable will and resolve by the champion. He goes down for the 2nd time in the round. There's no 3
knockout rule.
5, 6,
Look at the time remaining.
8. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien por aquí? ¿Ah?
He's going to make it. Here comes the bell. He survives.
What a round. If that's not 10-8, I don't know what 10-8 is.
Relax, deep inhale, deep inhale.
Work on him. Just work on him.
Okay, ¿cómo se siente aquí, Garcia? Okay, mira, I'm here to protect you, okay? I don't want you to take unnecessary punishment. Tú me entiendes, ¿eh? No quiero coger golpe necesariamente. Aquí para protegerte, okay? He's not taking punches, I'm going to stop this fight.
Don't turn his head.
Look at me, Roberto.
The counter punches by Corrales have been great. There's a nice left hook after the right hand. Again, a right hand. And that wasn't a big shot on the tail end, but he'd hurt Garcia earlier. Watch the second knockdown. He's been on wobbly legs, the champion. This right hand really puts him in a bad place. The right uppercut, and he just goes down because he's that hurt. He didn't even need the secondary shot.
Halfway through the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship, we could be on the verge of a new champion. Garcia down twice in the 6th round, but keep in mind, even though he looks very shaky right now, he has come back from 3 previous knockdowns. Quick scores of the half.
56-57. Diego Corrales just went ahead with a 10-8 round.
And I gave him a 10-7 round and have it the same, 57-56.
Left-right combination. The right really did damage there by Corrales. Let's see if Garcia can regroup. Corrales won't give him a chance.
Boy, Corrales is some knockout.
Oh, the right hand by Corrales right on the jaw of Garcia. Garcia at some chin. Here's the online. Garcia up 4-2. Oh, there goes Garcia off the straight line, and it's all over. It's all over. We've got a new champion, and his name is Diego Corrales.
What a fight. We have been treated to a great fight. 2 men who can punch, 2 men who can box, and 2 men whose heart is all in this fight.
Look at the emotion.
Wait a minute. Bend down.
In the face of defeat. Well, he's going to get to hear those words soon, and the new champion.
And the wonderful thing about this guy is he can go up 1 weight up or 1 weight down. He can fight in 3 different weight classes. Would you like to see him in the Prince? Oh, baby.
I'd love to see that fight.
So a world championship changes hands tonight.
To my king, Joe. I love you, baby.
Diego Chico Corrales, just 22 years of age, his first title shot, and the new IBF Junior Lightweight champion. Corrales out of Sacramento, California, showing the tremendous emotion. He remains undefeated.
Corrales measures the champion with that jab, using that height, using that reach, using the leverage advantage he has. He works the jab. Eventually, he's going to land a beautiful right hand coming up. There's the measuring jab. He's putting it out there just as a feeler, finding his range. Bang. This is why a shorter man cannot back up when facing a taller man. He loses all of his advantage. Here's another look at it. You see again, not a stiff jab, but it's a measuring jab. He's getting the range. He has his range, and that right hand was directly on the jawline.
You hear the crowd reacting. They see it up on the big screens. He just short-circuited Garcia.
One more look at it. On the outside is where the power is premium for the taller man with the leverage. Again, working in behind the jab, just a feel jab, not a stiff jab. But that right hand was plenty stiff.
Corrales told us this title meant everything to him. No one ever gave me a shot to make it this far. It's my defining moment. This was yesterday in our fighter meetings, and it all came true. He's now 29-0, 24 knockouts. A good show of sportsmanship. 2 really nice guys, very engaging personalities. Corrales also a tremendous cook, looking to become a master chef. Well, he cooked up a pretty good victory here tonight against Garcia. Garcia unsuccessful in his 3rd title defense, suffers his first loss of 32-1. And Corrales said to us yesterday, bring anybody on, be it Mayweather, Gator, Casamayor, he'll fight them all. And as Bertie pointed out, at his size, he has the flexibility to move down, move up.
And even though the champion started out strong, Steve, we talked about that inactivity factor, the fact that he might be rusty or stale. And the rust is one thing, stale is another. I think there was some staleness in that performance.
Corrales was leading 57-55, 57-55, and one judge had it even 56-56. To Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 48 seconds in round number 7. He's the winner by way of knockout and the new IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the world, Diego Chico Corrales.
So Corrales was ahead on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecards at the time of the stoppage, and he is your new IBF Junior Lightweight Champion.
IBF Super Featherweight Champion, who was sensationally and clinically taken out by new face Diego Corrales in October. He's back at lightweight against the dangerous African Ben Wonder Taki. Both have only 1 defeat between them. No easy welcome back, Glenn.
No, it's not. This is a tough fight for Garcia, but he has got the boxing skills. He's very, very accomplished, beating good fighters, and he's looking for a way back to the top.
Still only 25 years of age, Garcia. An excellent combination puncher, skills and experience. Taki only started fighting at the age of 20 back in '94, but he's built a pretty impressive record himself with 19 wins in his 20 appearances to date. The bigger man here as well, Taki.
Yes, he is. He's noticeably bigger, but he's very upright. He doesn't have much head movement. That's making it easy at the start for Garcia to get his punches off and catch Taki.
Yes, upright, holding his guard nice and tight, Taki. Look for Garcia to be lighter on his feet and work behind his penetrating jab, which made him world champion for a couple of years. Good body shot. Nothing coming back from Taki so far.
No, it looks as if Taki's just having a look what Garcia's got, and Garcia's enjoying the room to work, getting his shots off well.
Really does look huge, Ben Wonder Taki. Weighed 9 stone 11 to Garcia's 9'10". But remember Garcia's first fight, and look at this at lightweight. Real speed and very effective.
Well, he started very well indeed. He's got into his rhythm, getting his punches off, and I'm surprised at Taki not really coming back with shots when Garcia's getting off.
58 wins in his 61 amateur contests, Garcia, compared to nothing for Taki. Never fought as an amateur, and it's starting to show here in the first round who is the craftsman, the better boxer.
Well, Taki's looking to keep his hands up. Now just starting to unload, looking to bring his right hand in, show a little bit more on the offensive.
Just flitting around the ring. An excellent opener for Roberto, the grandpa, he calls himself, Garcia. There's his father and trainer, Eduardo Garcia, as always, in his corner.
Well, he's got to be happy with the opening round. He was first to the punch. He was allowed and able to mix it up and get his punches off. And when he did, he looked very good. And Taki looked quite a bit bemused by the punches that were coming at him.
Here's the second of 10 in the lightweight division, 9 stone 9. World champion Stevie Johnson, the WBC holder. Paul Spadafora, the IBF, probably the best 2 in the world. Here is Roberto Garcia in the black trunks from Oxnard, California, up against Ben Wonder Taki from Accra in Ghana. And haven't they produced some terrific fighters over the time. A cousin of the great Azuma Nelson, Taki. With a right hand, Garcia working off his jab. But much faster in the opener. Taki still having trouble getting his shots off, looks a little leaden at times.
Well, the key for Garcia is to keep using lots of movement, keep moving round the ring, and keep the jab going. Don't let Taki get into the fight and get any sort of rhythm.
Referee Richard Steele just breaking them, and a good right to the body from Roberto Garcia. Immediately trying to slow Taki down. Never been stopped, Taki, only one defeat, and that was when he was outworked by the former world super featherweight champion Goyo Vargas.
Nice combination from Garcia, but Taki managed to catch most of them on his gloves. That's what he looks like he's trying to do. He's looking to absorb the punches from Garcia and just keep coming forward.
Splitting out the jab again, Garcia, and looking for that big right hand. Not a huge puncher, Garcia, but has 24 knockouts.
Well, he has the advantage, Garcia, in speed. Taki quite thunderous with his punches.
So quite heavy-handed, Taki. 11 stoppages, gets a little left jab in there.
Yeah, it was just a little chopping sort of punch. But I think Garcia just needs to keep his concentration. It's good work for him there on the defensive. And you can see the difference in speed, the way he can make Taki miss.
Nice combinations going in from Garcia. Look at the difference in height there. 5'11" Taki and 5'7" to Garcia. They look weight divisions apart. But at the moment, it's Garcia's boxing skill which is commanding the fight.
Well, he's using his lack of height to his advantage, but he's changing his levels well. He's switching it around. He's coming from different angles, and he's working very well at the present time, Garcia.
Beautiful boxing from Garcia. Good start from the former IBF super featherweight champion. He held the title since March '98 when he outpointed Harold Warren, Roberto Garcia, and was destroyed last time out by Diego Corrales. A good fight, but eventually was cut down and dropped 3 times. The chin always a slight worry with Garcia. So don't count out Taki here, even though he's been slow to get into the fight.
He has picked a difficult fight to come back with, Garcia, but he is handling this very well, and maybe the style of Taki is quite suiting him, the slowness. Maybe they've looked at that and think, they can use their speed, use their boxing ability, to get a good win here.
Taki, the former African lightweight champion, began boxing only 6 years ago in Ghana, and he's having difficulty here with Garcia's speed and class. Rights going in.
Well, Garcia looking a class above here, really is enjoying himself in there, getting the shots off so well, and then showing great defensive work, just slipping under that wild left hook from Taki.
Only 1 defeat each between them, but obviously they've been boxing at totally different levels.
Yes, they have. Garcia has been in a much better class, even though it's been down at the lighter weight. He's been in with the better fighters and has been a world champion.
How difficult is it for him to come up to lightweight, to meet a big, strong man? Well, look at this.
At present, it's proven to be very good for him. He's getting his shots off so well, and the difference here is speed. He's got the speed to frustrate Taki, and he's really enjoying himself in there.
Lovely right whipped into the body from Garcia. As Glenn says, the hand speed of the Californian is really frustrating Taki here.
What's good for him as well is, as yet, he's not taking punches from Taki, so Taki can't use his extra weight to weaken Garcia.
It's Taki swinging wildly, and and just hasn't settled here at the MGM. Again looking for angles, Garcia. Surely just a matter of time before those fast combinations pepper in. Taki trying to come back with a left himself, but beautiful move from Garcia.
Yes, it really is a masterclass of boxing here from Garcia. But he just has to be wary. He's dropping his hands a bit. You know, the danger is he gets a bit too casual.
There's Taki throwing a couple in at the bell, and Garcia just nodding improvement. But another big round for the Californian.
You're going to knock him out. Now look. You did the right thing at the end.
You're going to knock him out, says trainer Joe Goosen.
Don't follow him. Am I right? What are you going to do? Cut the ring off? Cut it off. Cut the ring off, okay? You can knock him out.
You can knock him out. Can he?
Well, he can always be a dangerous fighter, Ben Taki. There's always that danger. He is strong. He is a good puncher at the heavier weight, so there's always that danger. But, you know, it's the right sort of words from Joe Goosen. He's got to try and cut the ring off. He's allowing Garcia to get away too much.
Doing great. Doing great.
His family in the corner, as always, Roberto Garcia. His father, who trains him, his brother Danny, assists there as well. His sister Chella makes his trunks, and his mother Virginia steams his meals. A family affair for the Garcias, and so far a happy comeback for the former super featherweight world champion. Remember, Garcia in the black trunks and Ben Taki in the red, gold and green from Accra.
Well, he's come out a bit more fired up now, Taki. I think those words of advice from Goosen have spurred him on, and he's looking to put a bit more pressure on Garcia.
A little more bite to his work, Taki. But again, Garcia's speed with a little uppercut and right. As Taki covers up again.
Well, he's finding the right punches, Garcia. He's getting that right uppercut in, up through the middle, and then the left hook.
A joy to watch Garcia when he's boxing well. When he beat unbeaten Cuban Raman, led on in 5 rounds to defend his title. It was fantastic that night. And he's really enjoying it in there.
Yes, he is. I think it's the sort of opponent where he can enjoy himself because, you know, he's much slower, Taki. That's just given Garcia the time he wants to get his shots off.
How can Taki nullify what Garcia is doing?
Well, really what Taki needs to do is get closer and use his strength. That's what he's not doing at the present. He's got to get in and start landing punches.
Garcia, again, taking control in this 4th round. He's been promised a shot at the new WBA super featherweight champion Joel Casamea if he beats Taki. But interestingly enough, Casamea came into the ring with Taki and is a part of his corner. Meanwhile, Fernando Vargas is shouting Roberto Garcia, his stablemate, on from ringside, and he of course just beat Ike Corte, another African. He'd have given him some advice.
Well, he's the right man to give him advice. A tremendous fighter, Vargas. But at this moment he doesn't look as if he needs too much advice. He's doing everything well. Just worry a bit about the way he's dropping his hands. He needs to keep them up. It just takes really one shot from Taki to change things around, so he can't be too casual.
Absolutely, he's got a couple of 2nd round stoppages on his record. Taki does dig a little bit, as most of the Africans do. Like Corte, big puncher. Azuma Nelson, of course, just starting to get his jab into play a little, Ben Taki, but still being bewildered by the angles and movement of Garcia. Well, here's the 5th round of this 10-round, 9-stone-9 contest. Ben Taki with it all to do in the red, gold and green from Accra, Ghana, calls himself Wonder Taki. Has not been wonderful yet. by any stretch of the imagination, being outboxed by Grandpa Roberto Garcia, the 25-year-old from Oxnard, just 45 miles away from Los Angeles, where they're famous for strawberry fields. Beautiful combination.
Well, I think he stung Taki with some of those shots in there. Really was a dazzling combination from Garcia.
Working the head and body so well.
He switches it up very well indeed. He is excellently schooled. Was a very good amateur. You know, he's paid his dues. Come, you know, right through the game, Garcia. And yeah, I think that the difference is being shown here, where Taki, you know, pretty much one-dimensional, isn't doing anything different. And even though he's naturally a bigger man, you know, he's not using that weight differential in the right way because he's not putting pressure on Garcia.
Just looking ponderous and laboured, Taki. Garcia, who in the Olympic trials lost to Julian Wheeler back in '92. Keep them up, says referee Richard Steele. It's a shutout so far.
It is. He was a bit better from Taki when he got close, but he quickly picked up a warning. He needs to stay close.
Trying to close the distance down, the African.
Puncher, get out!
Still keeping that guard very high as he's been doing from the opening bell, as Garcia tries to throw another left into the rib cage of Taki.
He really delivers his punches well, Garcia, letting the wide hooks go around the side. He knows Taki's got that guard right in front of him, so he's bringing shots through the middle and then round the outsides.
Let's not forget, Taki has only lost once in 20 fights, and he's been made to look very amateurish here. His last fight, he came in as a late sub and fought Golden Johnson, who took Shane Mosley the distance in an IBF title fight, and Taki was working as a sparring partner at the time, and he came in and had a terrific win there. He'll be looking to cause the upset, but there's no signs of it so far.
There isn't. He's just not getting close enough to really put the pressure on, and you're trying, you're weakening Garcia physically. He can't do that. He's giving Garcia the room, and another good round for Garcia.
Wonderful few punches at the end of the round for Garcia. He really must be enjoying it in front of his partisan crowd.
Well, at times Taki was getting a little bit closer in that round, but Garcia just brings it all back with good combinations like this. Really does unload head and body, mixing it up, left and right hooks, uppercuts, everything's going in there.
Second half then of this 9'9" lightweight contest. Roberto Garcia surely winning the fight quite convincingly in the black trunks. Ben Taki just has had trouble from the first round, and the online scoring there has it a shutout to Garcia. You wouldn't argue with that.
I certainly wouldn't. Garcia doing everything. Good left hook from Taki and the right hand there. The first time he's really connected, just shook Garcia up.
Just gets on his bike for the first time in the fight. There's a little bit of blood to the nose of Garcia. Now that will be an encouraging sign for the African corner.
Right, step back, step back.
He has got power, and remember, he's a genuine lightweight, Ben Taki. Garcia having come up from the 9'4" super featherweight limit, and only his first lightweight contest of his career.
Well, we know he can be dangerous, Taki, but that was the first time in this fight that you sensed any danger for Garcia, because he did shake him up a bit there with some long punches.
He's also been down 3 times to Diego Corrales and to Ramon Ledon as well, and against Juan John Molina. He's been down a few times, and the quality of his chin, Garcia, maybe at world level. It'll be interesting to see if Taki can follow up this little bit of success, and it's only a small bit so far in round 6.
Well, it certainly knocked a bit of confidence out of Garcia. Not the same swagger, not the same shots coming back. And this looks a stronger, more determined Ben Taki.
Suddenly, Garcia's punches don't have the same ferocity, and his jabs falling a little short. Surely Taki will want to try and war with him and try and get Garcia to fight on the inside.
Well, it's amazing. With that bit of success, Taki, the confidence really seems to have drained out of Garcia. That's been a little bit of a reminder to him.
Little right there as well from the African. And starting to grow in confidence. Taki, maybe he was looking to come on late. There's still plenty of time. And now his jab looks more solid.
Yes, it does. The difference now is Garcia has stopped throwing shots himself. That's allowing Taki just to walk forward, get his shots off.
Just backing Garcia up, who comes back with a left counter. But as he moves away, the speed and his legs seem to just desert him slightly. Certainly more wary, and that was a breakthrough for Ben Taki. Roberto Garcia, and it looked like it for the first 5 against dangerous African Ben Taki. But suddenly, Taki came on strong in the last, and Garcia will have to get back to his boxing to try and outfox the African, as he's been doing for most of the contest throughout this 10-round fight. He's got to keep his hands up though, Glenn.
Well, I'm sure a little reminder in the last round will make him get his hands up, could do him a favour, could get his concentration back. He started this round a bit better, Garcia, but he needs to be busy, needs to keep Taki off balance.
He's trying to hold the centre of the ring, Garcia, and caught by a right from Taki. And this will favour the African, this sort of close quarters trench warfare, surely.
Well, he's had to work very hard, Garcia, through the first half of this fight. And now maybe just the timing slipping slightly, and that's allowing Taki to get his shots on.
This was the round that he fell apart against Diego Corrales, who of course has become the IBF super featherweight champion and one of the hottest prospects in boxing. Garcia back to the drawing board, and with a tough comeback fight now against Taki. It looks so easy. He's really going to have to dig deep to keep the lead. That's better from Garcia.
Yes, he's got a little spring in his step, starting to move his head more. It's been a bit of a shock for him, but he's now getting back to the work he'd done so well in the first 5 rounds.
What would his father, Eduardo, have been saying to him in between rounds, do you think, after that horrible sick?
Well, I think he'd have been shouting at him to keep his hands up and to keep alert, to keep the concentration going.
Eduardo Garcia, who's been with son Roberto from the beginning. He did a lot of work in Oscar De La Hoya's training camp, but De La Hoya's trainer, Robert Alcazar, tried to take over, and Garcia stuck with his father and says he will box only with his father by his side. He's now showing a lot of guts himself in the ring. But being caught.
It's just starting to get caught now towards the end of the round. It's been a good round for Garcia, getting his shots off well.
Again, Taki ups the tempo, and they're trading the two of them. Whether this is the sort of tactics that Garcia should be operating, that's better.
Well, there was an excellent right hand went in there from Garcia. I think that just stunned Taki.
Break, step back.
It may have stunned him, but the African has not looked like he's going to fall. More clean shots from Garcia, and he's finishing the round well as he started it. Better from the Californian.
Yes, he re-established himself in that round, Garcia. Another good round from him. He had to work. And there was a good right hand from Garcia. That really did shake him up. And he kept the pressure on, finished the round well, Garcia, as he had started it. Good work, rolling with his punches, getting the shots off well. But Taki looking at a bit more of a tougher proposition now.
34th fight in Roberto Garcia's long career. Still only 25 years of age up against 26-year-old Ben Taki in the red, gold and green trunks there on the right of your screens. The bigger man in the ring. Garcia has been outboxing Taki to the most. There's still 3 rounds to go, and you can't count out the African's power. Taki's getting closer, and a good little left-right combination goes in from the man from Accra, who worked so hard on the streets there, training day in, day out to get where he is in boxing today.
Well, he's finding more of a rhythm. He's warming up to the job now, Taki, getting his shots off much quicker.
His manager, Michael Tete, said that he will come on strong in the later rounds, Ben Taki, and that's what he's doing. A little right gets in, and Garcia's being hit too cleanly now for my liking.
Well, it's all becoming much harder work for Garcia. He's still doing well, but he's got to keep those shots going, and you see the extra strength is now taking more of a toll.
No question of the quality of Roberto Garcia, but he's being drawn into Taki's fight here. And they're going punch for punch. Good one, this, isn't it?
It's a really good fight, this. Enjoying it. Good right hand from Garcia. This is a very good round as well, going one way, then the other. Garcia really having to use his concentration, but Taki just becoming more and more forceful in there.
The little man with the speed against the big, powerful African, who will prevail as we go into the straight of the fight really now.
Well, Garcia's he's having to plant his feet and look for harder shots. He's landed with a couple of good right hands in this round, but by planting his feet, it also leaves him there for Taki to come back with counters.
And look at his hands when he's not punching, how far down they are.
Well, that's a problem, and that's always been there. He's relying on his good head movement, good lateral movement to get him out of trouble, but he's got to keep doing that.
Again tries to pepper in 6 or 7 punches to the head of Taki, but then to the body, but Taki's withheld this. It's been a very clean fight, a good contest, and Richard Steele hasn't had to get involved.
Well, I think this is a closer round. I think still Garcia did enough for me.
You can do it again. Joe Goosen in his corner, Ben Taki trying to G him up. He's only got 2 rounds, 6 minutes left in which to put a dent in Roberto Garcia's formidable lead in this fight. Garcia, remember, in black trunks. Taki in the red, gold and green from Accra. 11 knockouts in his 19 wins, and he probably needs one now.
Well, he's got to get close enough. He's got to get the shots off. He's really warming up as the fight's gone on. There's a lot more punches coming in the late rounds from Taki than there was in the early rounds, and really you wonder why he didn't start faster earlier.
Pull your arms back, pull them back. Come on.
Let's have a look at how Glenn's got it. 6 points up there to Garcia. Blood again from the Californian's nose as he tries to get back on his bike, and Taki's just drawing him in, and he looks tired now, Garcia.
Well, he's had to throw so many punches to keep Taki at bay. You know, this has been very hard for Garcia. It's took an awful lot out of him. You know, it is really down to concentration and just keeping going, Garcia.
Right hand from Taki. 1 or 2 miss, but Garcia suddenly looks a little unsteady on his legs. And this comeback fight, right hand over the top. A looping one from Ben Taki. Down goes Garcia. It's all started to go wrong for the Californian. It was going so well. He's up. Get back in the corner, says Richard Steele. Taki desperate to get to his man as quickly as possible. Garcia doesn't look that badly hurt.
No, he doesn't. He got a little bit extra time there after the count with Taki coming out of the corner. He needs all the time he can get. It's now down to how much he's got in his legs, Garcia, because he's going to need those legs to keep out of the way as Taki is coming on stronger.
Taki knew in the 6th round he could hurt Garcia. Now he knows he can floor him. Can he stop him? His legs look much more leaden. Garcia just off balance there as Taki wades in.
Much better now from Taki, looking strong, looking confident, but he's still got to keep throwing punches. He's just giving Garcia time to recover.
Really, Garcia, if your scorecard's accurate, has just got to stay on his feet for the remaining 4 minutes or so.
Well, his head clearing a bit now, Garcia getting his punches up again. He really needs to be active with his hands. He needs to keep the punches going just to keep Taki thinking.
And to remind Taki he is a class above this. But Taki is not worried by this. He's right hand happy. He's looking for that shot that floored Garcia with a left to the body as well. And Garcia goes wearily back to his father in the corner. What will they be saying?
Well, that was a big round. That was a big round for Taki. It's got to be a 10-8 round for him. So Garcia's, the points are going back. So he really needs to keep out of trouble. It's very important. Keep his concentration. There was a chopping right hand to the top of the head, and he was stung by that. He didn't do a great deal in the rest of the round, but try and keep out of the way. There was chopping downward punch onto the side of the head. And that one really rocked him a bit there. That hurt, took a long time to recover.
Let's go, they say, in Taki's corner. He's got 3 minutes to surely stop Roberto Garcia and dent the dream that Garcia has of regaining the world title, either at super feather or lightweight. He started fast in this last Garcia, but he's got to keep out of the way of Taki's right hand, his power.
Well, Taki's come out full of fire. He knows he can hurt him.
Left hook! Oh, that was a corker of a shot from Ben Taki. Garcia's down. I don't know whether he's going to make this. Richard Steele gets to 7. He gets up on his leg. There's blood streaming from his nose. It's over. What a win for Ben Wonder Taki, and a disaster for Roberto Garcia, the Californian who had the fight surely won, and the only thing he had to do was stay on his feet, and he walks into a countering left like that.
Well, it just looked as if it was getting on the card. I was unsure that he would have the time to get the shot on, but very early in the round he got the punch that mattered on. That was a big left hook. He got up Garcia, said he was all right, but his nose was streaming blood and he looked very hurt from that punch.
The biggest win of Ben Taki's career, and you have to feel sorry for California's Roberto Garcia. He was boxing beautifully, but seemed to run out of steam, and the tactics down the straight of Taki worked brilliantly.
Well, he started like he didn't have the tactics to win the fight, but look at that left hook. He certainly had the punch to finish the fight, and that's all it took. One big left hook from Ben Taki, but Garcia has got to be heartbroken. What a nightmare for him. Looked as if he had it in the bag, started so well, and it all went so terribly wrong at the end.
So many fighters have an easy comeback. This was anything but Ben Taki has got to be rewarded. A tremendous left hand there. Was Richard Steele right to stop it?
Well, he'll feel very hard done by Garcia, but the referee's got to look at how good he was. He took a lot of punches over the last couple of rounds, and a beautiful shot to finish it.
A new danger man in the division, Ben Taki. Well, where does Roberto Garcia go from here? Maybe into retirement.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a dramatic final end to this bout, we have the time of 35 seconds in round number 10. Our referee in charge, Richard Steele, stops the contest. He's the winner by way of technical knockout, Ben Wonder Taki.
Yes, he's just got to keep it together in this fight. He's a very good boxer, but he's just got to keep the chin down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, please welcome the defending world champion, introducing Joel Casamayor.
Well, he's a world champion from Cuba, but he's still tending to be overshadowed by the likes of Floyd Mayweather and Diego Corrales, who meet in what is an absolute cracker on January the 20th, and also overshadowed a little too by Acelino Freitas, the big punching Brazilian. Doesn't feel he's getting the recognition he deserves as yet, Casamayor, but he's unbeaten and he's got bags and bags of talent now.
Yes, well, it's very easy to be overshadowed when you're in a division as good as this one, really full of talent. He just hasn't quite shown the charisma, the punch power that the rest has, but he's certainly a very good talent, and he really, what he needs is just one of the big fights with one of the other champions.
Star amateur, of course, Casamayor, including Olympic gold in Barcelona in 1992, when incidentally he beat Ireland's Wayne McCulloch in the final that year. He defected from Cuba to the United States just before the 1996 Olympics. It's an interesting story, that of Casamayor, and there's talk, if he comes through this fight against Garcia, that he will be in a big showdown with Acelino Freitas, and I tell you what, I'll be first in the queue for that. Got to win this one first, though.
All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Super Featherweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Texas station, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, fighting out of and representing his hometown of Oxnard, California. He weighed in at a ready 129.5 pounds with a record of 33 wins, 2 losses. 24 of his wins have come by way of knockout. Here is the former IBF junior lightweight champion of the world, currently ranked the number 8 super featherweight by the WBA, introducing the challenger, Roberto Grandpa Garcia. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, ready to fight on my left in the red corner, entering the ring wearing silver trunks with blue and red trim, fighting out of Miami, Florida by way of Guantanamo, Cuba. He weighed in at the limit of 130 pounds even. He's a gold medalist in the 1992 Olympic Games. As a professional, his record is unblemished at 23 wins, no losses, 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the second defense of his title. Here is the undefeated WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Joel El Cepillo Casamayor. Once again, a referee in charge, Kenny Bayless, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Kenny Bayless, the referee here.
Okay, listen up, fellas. I went to both dressing rooms and went over the rules. I want you to obey my commands at all times and keep the fight clean at all times. Any area in this area is a good punch. Any area here is a clean punch. Anything below that area, it's low. Any questions from the red corner? Any questions from the blue corner? Good luck, fellas. Touch gloves.
Two of the top super featherweights in the world in action here. Garcia fighting to get back into the big time. Casamayor defending his place in that elite league. Purses, Casamayor, $250,000. Garcia knows he's not a world champion anymore, just $50,000. That's £35,000 by my reckoning, which is really pittance money. But he's fighting, really, to get back into that major purse league. Casamayor on the right of the picture as you look at them. with the red and blue and silver trunks, the white of Garcia. Garcia's been on the floor quite a bit in recent fights. He's been stopped in 2 of his last 3. Once against Corrales, another against Ben Wonder Taki when he was ahead in the fight and then nailed in the final round. I think there might be just a bit of a question mark too about Garcia's stamina at this stage.
Yes, certainly towards the end of fights he lacks stamina and lacks concentration, but Casamayor getting up very sharply behind that southpaw jab and come back with a very sharp left hand.
And the Las Vegas odds layers odds for this fight were really an insult, I think, to Garcia. They've got Casamayor at 20-1 on to win this contest. I can't really believe that. I mean, you have to favour him, but 20-1 on?
Well, it's ridiculous. Garcia, much better fighter than that, and might fancy himself because Casamayor not really a noted puncher.
He's very quick usually, though, Casamayor, and despite stories of him being floored in the gym in the past, his chin has always seemed to pass the test, or whenever we've seen him anyway. And he did have well over 300 amateur contests. This man has been fighting all his life. Pretty circumspect start from him, out of range with his southpaw jab, Casamayor, early. They're just having a good look, aren't they, these two?
Yes, Garcia just taking his time, trying to get into range. Casamayor just skirting round the ring, flicking the odd jab.
Casamayor is pretty elusive. Some say just a wee bit too cautious. Maybe that's why he's not got the headlines of the Mayweathers and Corrales so far. Chance of Mexico. That's for the American-Mexican Roberto Garcia.
Casamayor just looking to use his boxing skills. Just pick Garcia off from long range.
He's out of range a lot of the time, isn't he, in this first round?
But Garcia doing very little.
It's almost a 0-0 draw, this first round. Very much a reconnaissance mission, that.
The search for intelligent life. That is my life. Waiting for something to respond to me. But the answer is only miles, not light years away. The new Toyota Avensis with satellite navigation and a responsive VVTi engine. So, if it's out there, what am I doing here?
The new Toyota Avensis.
Welcome back. Yet another new Las Vegas boxing venue here at the Texas Station Casino, well away from the Strip and the north of the city. I'll be honest with you, before tonight, I'd never heard of the place.
I mean, neither. Just a small venue, well supported for these two fighters.
Strong Latin feel as well. Joel Casamayor. And there's Garcia. Trained in Big Bear for this fight, as ever. 3 years in the Oscar De La Hoya training camp, he was. It's a long time to spend being knocked around in sparring by De La Hoya, isn't it?
Well, not the best thing in the world, is it? Any sort of preparation with De La Hoya.
Second round, Garcia trained by his father Eduardo, incidentally. White trunks with his back to you, the former IBF champion from Oxnard in California. Casamayor based these days in California after a spell in Miami, where he sort of went off the rails a little bit. He split up with main events. He was doing too much drinking and partying, they said. That's unlike professional boxers, isn't it, Glenn?
Very unlike professional boxers. Certainly when the world champ.
Looked like he was thinking about the old body slam for a moment there, Casamayor. Little grin came onto his face. I think it was, well, in the main, playful.
are both just rushing things a little, neither one getting their shots on too well, and the styles not gelling that well, the orthodox and the southpaw styles.
Watch your head. Much use of the head, says referee Kenny Bayliss. Very hard to catch cleanly. Casamayor learned so much as part of the Cuban amateur system, which of course is world-renowned. Clever fighter. But I think Garcia, the word from his training camp is that he's come into this with plenty of belief.
This is a bit better from Casamayor, looking to push forward now and catching Garcia with 2 good body shots.
Just pushing out the southpaw jab quite a lot of the time, though, Casamayor, not really ramming it home. It's good from Garcia with the right hand.
Well, against the southpaw, that's the punch he's going to be looking for. He's throwing it not that regular, but he's trying to just pick it up a bit more now.
Garcia, who calls himself Grandpa, you can see it written there on his boxing trunks. Don't know why he's got that nickname, because he actually is into Grandpa. So work that one out. This is a bit better from Casamayor now, just showing his hand speed. Looks like a frustrating guy to fight, Casamayor.
Yes, he certainly has ability. He's a good mover, good technical fighter in very fast hands.
That was a bit low from Casamayor. Second defense of the title for him, incidentally. He won it in May of last year against Yong Kwon Bak. Fernando Vargas looks like he's been putting on a bit of weight, doesn't he? Vargas, since fighting Felix Trinidad. Looks like he might have had a healthy diet of fast food for a couple of months.
Yeah, he looks like he's had a good Christmas and New Year, doesn't he?
Well, he deserved it. That was a hard fight. Don't want to blow up too much between fights, though. There's the low one, isn't it?
Yeah, low blow. But Garcia getting a decent left hook on just after that.
Round 3 for the WBA Super Featherweight Championship. Casamayor with the blue and red flashes on his trunks, the white of Roberto Garcia. Good left hand through the middle from Casamayor.
Yes, Casamayor looks quite good when he stands his ground, when he looks to throw his punches with more strength. He does look good then.
Nobody's beaten him so far. 23 straight wins, 14 by knockout, which doesn't suggest a sensational punch power.
But sometimes from Casamayor, you just notice Garcia getting through. The defense at times can be weak. He does drop his hands, especially while he's trying to throw punches.
Well, he's always had that slightly vulnerable look at world level. He won the title against Harold Warren, had to get off the floor in his first defense to beat Ramon Ledon of Cuba. And in his second defense, too, he survived a last-round blitz against Juan John Molina to prevail in that one. Punch resistance and chin, question mark.
Sorry, and this now a bit better from Garcia, who's starting to push Casamayor on the back foot and try and get his punches off quicker.
Yes, he needs to solve the speed problem, and he did it there. Got close in, body and headshot from Garcia. And the right hand again. No head movement that time from Casamayor, who's not doing too much in this round.
No, better round for Garcia. He's starting to catch Casamayor.
No knockdown. Wouldn't mind having another look at that one, I must say.
Well, there seemed to be a right hand go in again from Garcia, putting the pressure on well now.
Yeah, and he nailed him against the ropes. This is good from Garcia. Casamayor's not looking at 20-1 on shot at the moment in there. Garcia beginning to believe. Again, gets there with a right hand. I said Casamayor was hard to hit, but in this round, there's been very little head movement from him, and Garcia has been getting in a little closer, just stepping in and finding the range. And there it is again.
Garcia picking his punches very well indeed. This is a good round for him, nice and sharp, good concentration. This is the sort of round he needed just to get a foothold in this fight.
I think he needed it for his confidence as well, Glenn. Is he solving the problems here? This is getting really interesting.
Live from the Royal Albert Hall, Sky Sports brings you the World Sports Awards. The best sportsmen and women of the year 2000 are honored and recognized at the gala evening, graced by legends. Join me and the greatest sporting names in an evening to remember.
With entertainment from All Saints, Bryan Adams and Cirque du Soleil, Roger Moore presents the World Sports Awards. Tuesday at 8, Sky Sports 1.
Well, is Casamayor in trouble here? He looked bad in that third round, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Certainly after the knockdown, he seemed to go to bits a bit.
Just keep your punches straight.
It wasn't counter knockdown, but
he
just seemed rattled from that.
Okay? Keep your 1-2 score.
Joe Goosen, the trainer.
Okay?
Now, was that a knockdown, Glenn?
Well, it certainly catches him on the side of the head. It wasn't that clean a punch, but it definitely looked as if a left hook landed. But it was good work from Garcia, kept the pressure on, good concentration. And Casamayor certainly in a bit of trouble.
Well, can Garcia build on that in round 4? Due to go 12, of course, for the Super Featherweight Championship of the world as recognized by the World Boxing Association. Sharp little punches on the inside from Casamayor. He looks the naturally cagey sort, doesn't he, Casamayor? Caught by the left hook of Garcia.
He's trying to pick his work rate up here, Casamayor. He knows that he has to do that, but he also has to be careful he doesn't walk into any of these good punches from Garcia.
Let's hope he hasn't believed too much of the pre-fight publicity here, because it's always dangerous fighting a fellow who's basically got his whole career on the line, and that is the case with Garcia here. Garcia is trying to answer those who think he might be close to being washed up at 25. He's not looking washed up, is he?
And he's looking very focused, trying to keep Casamayor on the back foot, just to upset the rhythm.
Casamayor reduced here to looking for things on the counter. It's Garcia who's trying to take the fight to him. Don't push him away like that, says Kenny Bayless. It's a decent payday, isn't it, for Casamayor? Really, $250,000. It's not the worst, really, for a super featherweight.
No, that's a good payday, but he'll want a big fight with the likes of Mayweather.
Translates, by the way, to £178,000, in case you were wondering.
You did that quickly, and you seem to know your sums there.
Well, I hit a few buttons beforehand.
Again, good for Garcia, just keeping Casamayor on the back foot. Casamayor a little bit flustered by this.
It's good stuff, this, from Garcia. This is another round for him, the way this is going. There's a troubled look about Casamayor at this stage. He looks like a fighter who knows he'll have to start doing something a little differently.
Yes, he's looking for the answers, Casamayor. Just can't find it. Garcia the one getting through.
moving into a lead on my card.
With its unique control blade independent rear suspension, the Ford Focus gives you ultimate control. And Ford's clear price policy means you can drive one away from just £10,495.
Y más, no, más rectos así.
Well, what's he going to do about this, Casamayor? Quite impressed with Joe Goosen there in the corner, flicking effortlessly from Spanish to English.
Well, in California, I think you've got to be able to do that. I'm sure he'll have a gym full of Hispanic fighters.
Here's round 5 then. Casamayor with the blue and red flashes on the trunks, defending his title. It's another good straight right hand from Roberto Garcia. After Fernando Vargas's defeat by Felix Trinidad, an emphatic defeat, that Oxnard, California camp could do with the lift of a Garcia victory here. There always just is the worry with Garcia, though, that he could fall apart. It's been a recurring pattern, really, in some of his more recent fights.
Well, Casamayor needs to build up more attacks. He's too much thinking about defense. He's allowing Garcia to come at him, and Garcia obliging and hitting him with shots.
And he really is a top quality operator as well, Garcia. Certainly in the skills department. It's genuinely world class.
He's finding Casamayor time and time again with that wide right hook. Casamayor just doesn't have the answer for that punch.
Listen, look, none of this. Clean, okay?
Clean it up.
All right, time in.
Little warning to both of them. Halfway through the 5th round. Garcia very much a family concern, with his dad as trainer, his mum steaming his meals, his sister making his trunks, and his brother Danny also in the corner.
That's certainly keeping it in the family.
I wonder how much he has to pay them all. $50,000 doesn't go that far. But it's the win he needs here, more than anything.
Casamayor's starting to pick up, use his jab a bit better, but he needs to do more than that. He's got to put something behind the jab.
Most of the power shots seem to be coming from Garcia. He looks the more motivated of the two, the one making the fight. And that goes quite a way, too, in the judging, particularly in Las Vegas. There's a tentative, almost negative look about Casamayor.
Well, he's done a bit better for me, Casamayor, in this round. He's used the jab to better effect.
Little nod from Casamayor to his opponent as the round ended. You and I differed on that one. You went for Casamayor there. I gave it to Garcia.
Yes, I thought Garcia threatened. He came forward, but Casamayor was doing the work behind the jab, and I thought he did enough to get the round.
So you got Casamayor a point ahead. I have Garcia leading at this stage.
Casamayor just flicking the jabber, getting caught with a left hook from Garcia there. Just hasn't quite found his timing.
Yeah, I thought the quality shots, what there were in that round, were from Garcia.
And that's when Kenny Bayless had to give them a warning, mostly for Casamayor. He was the one that was holding on. Garcia just trying to use the elbow, but just trying to get Casamayor off him.
moving on towards the halfway stage. WBA Super Featherweight Championship at 9 stone 4, both of them making the weight at the first time of asking. Now Casamayor starts to go for it a bit here at the start of round 6. It's like the corner of said to him, look, you've got to start doing something, and these are big shots. He's wobbled here. Garcia, oh dear, is it all going to go wrong for him here? Casamayor goes through the gears, and Garcia starts to look fragile. This is much, much different. This is a different Casamayor.
Well, if Joe Goosen's read the riot act, it certainly worked.
Well, he's getting a point knocked off for, I think, a punch behind the head.
Listen to my command. How you going?
Well, that's controversial. That is controversial. All happening here at the start of round 6, but Casamayor with a long time left in the round. Can he get Garcia going again? I tell you what, that was a handy break for Garcia.
Yes, it didn't. It was a good break. Casamayor didn't really need that, but Casamayor still got Garcia in trouble.
Just had a little time to clear his head. More hard-looking left hands from Casamayor, who suddenly, I think, got the message that he's in a real fight here and might have been behind, and the corner have said, come on, get out there and start taking it to him a bit.
Well, he's so much more a better fighter when he is in this aggressive mode.
He's in trouble here, Garcia. He's being hit at will, no head movement. These left hands thumping home with monotonous regularity and ominous regularity for Roberto Garcia. Is he going to get through this? There's still 1.5 minutes left in the round, Glenn.
Well, he's struggling. It doesn't look like he will if he keeps getting hit with punches like this. Good southpaw left hands going in, really rocking the head back of Garcia.
This is a big, big round for Casamayor.
They're holding.
Garcia has to suck this up somehow, cover up a bit, tighten up that defense, and try to get through somehow.
Well, if Casamayor had been a bigger puncher, I don't think Garcia would be in there. He's caught him time and time again with that straight left.
You just can't cope with it. You have to ask the question too, why didn't Casamayor do something like this before? Because these tactics are obviously so much more effective. Now he's got Garcia on the back foot for the first time.
Yes, certainly didn't have this effect when he was flicking around the ring, just snaking out the jab. Now he's effective.
It's like somebody set the alarm clock for Casamayor, and it started jangling in his ear, and he really started going to work, and Garcia at times has looked here as if he might be on the brink of getting beaten in this round, but he does get through it. A round in which, remember, Casamayor had a point deducted, we think, for a punch behind the head in there. But I think that would have been a 10-8 round for Casamayor, even without that, so I go 10-9 Casamayor there.
Yes, definitely a 10-8 round. It was all Casamayor. Garcia now cut above the right eye, so he's got so much to contend with, but was getting hit time and time again with that left hand.
They're getting pretty excited in that Garcia corner. I should think he could do without everybody talking like that. He needs something clear. He looks in a pretty bad way in that corner to me.
Well, that was the punch that really shook him up, but right from the start, Casamayor went out to do a job. You know, he'd been read the riot act, he knew what he had to do, and he went out to do it.
Okay, let's go.
Well, this is a big, big test. There was the deduction of a point for Casamayor. Damaged by the eye, as you can see, for Garcia as they come out for round 7. Was a minute long enough for him? That was easily the most emphatic round of the contest. Pity for Garcia, who was doing so well to that point. Can he rebuild? Oh, big right hand from Garcia. Casamayor takes the punch. Okay, and the uppercut. This is better again from Garcia.
But Casamayor just hasn't followed up his advantage. He's just started to stand off. This is give Garcia the little room to get his head together and start getting his punches off.
Damaged by the right eye for Roberto Garcia. It's turning into a good fight, this. This is strange from Casamayor. He's gone back into his shell again. Instead of just coming out and throwing in those left hands again that were having Garcia in so much trouble, he's let Garcia come back.
Well, he really has just let Garcia off the hook. He had him there. He just had to come out and start throwing punches again, take the fight to him. He found the weakness in Garcia. He found what was going to trouble him, push him on the back foot. And now all of a sudden he's let Garcia come to him.
Blood coming from the side of that right eye. Garcia rebuilding his confidence significantly in this round. It's a strange sort of performance, this, by Joel Casamayor. Time out here. They're going to take him to the corner to have the doctor look at that eye.
It's not hurting his vision, so go ahead.
No problem at all. I can't really see why the referee did that, to be honest with you. The blood is flowing down by the side of the eye, and it's not a major cut.
Watch your head! Watch your head!
A bit fussy, isn't he, Kenny Bayless?
Yeah, he's just getting himself a bit noticed too much.
Referees have a difficult job, but he's just been on the scene and on the case a bit too much. I think Casamayor was a bit unlucky to have the point deducted as well.
Yes, I agree with you, Ian. Kenny Bayless just at times made himself a bit too busy.
It's not as if he's been persistently offended or anything like that.
That's right. Better for Garcia now, who's come out to try and get himself back in this fight, push forward, get Casamayor back into retreat.
Wonder how the judges have got this at the moment. Now I give that to Garcia, I think. I've got Garcia in a 2-point lead on my card.
Well, I've just got Casamayor in a 1-point lead.
Family watching on the television. Roberto Garcia's family. The right eye is a problem. It is by the side of the eye, though, so it's not obscuring the vision. Casamayor by 1 for Glenn, Garcia by 2 for me. There you go. Here's round 8. Texas Station Casino in Las Vegas. It's a good effort, though, this, by Garcia. He's shown in this contest that he still belongs at this kind of level.
Well, he's shown that he's still got the heart for the job. With a bad 6, but he's come back well.
And this is the kind of level to which fighters like Manchester's Michael Gomez has to aspire. The British champion, ranked number 1, by the way, by the WBO. His champion's Asolino Freitas. I don't think they'll want that fight for the moment if they're sensible. Not quite yet. Still looks pretty fresh, Casamayor. Almost gives the impression that he's boxing within himself at times.
Well, I think sometimes being critical about him, maybe he is, because he's shown what he can do when he really means to do it. Sometimes just a little bit leisurely about his work.
He's a bit infuriating in that respect. Good left hand, though, from Casamayor there. Rocked the head back of Garcia.
Yes, Casamayor looking to show his skills more in this round. Just pick the shots better, avoid the punches from Garcia, and then come back with good counters.
At his best, Casamayor can look graceful and classy. At other times, he can look a bit tepid and negative. Good body shot from Garcia round the borderline. I thought it was about on the border, but the referee, who's got a better view, of course, closer in, thought it had strayed below. And Garcia's come back well after taking a pasting in the 6th.
Garcia still very positive, still taking the fight to Casamayor. A good left hook there.
Shakes his hand as if to say not her, his head I should say, Garcia. Well, curious around that one.
At the Boots Opticians frame sale, even some designer frames are as little as half what you'd normally fork out.
Someone, somewhere, will never have to worry about money again.
The Mail on Sunday and the Daily Mail could be giving you £25,000 every year for the rest of your life. That's over £2,000 a month. And a bonus of £100,000 tax-free. Start tomorrow in the Mail on Sunday.
Welcome back to the Texas Station Casino in Las Vegas. Closest fight here with Paul Casamayor starting a 20-1 on favourite with the local odds layers, having a stiffish defence against a valiant Roberto Garcia in the white trunks on the right of your picture at the moment.
Step back clean, guys.
This fight showing how ridiculous those odds are in a two-horse race.
Will Casamayor really try to pick it up again in this round?
Stop. Step back. There we go.
His build-up to this fight included 1 day off training to attend the birth of his first child. So congratulations, and there's a left hook, or cross I should say, that has got Garcia down on the seat of his pants. Now then, great shot from the champion, and once again Garcia is on the floor for about the 10th time in his career. Now can Casamayor get the job done now? Oh, he's looking groggy here. Garcia, big chopping left hands, and down he goes again. And he's calling it off. He's calling it off. He's stopped it, Kenny Bayless, in the 9th round. Casamayor, an explosive burst to end all the arguments at a time when the fight must have been in the balance on the scorecards. Casamayor is still the champion, and you have to say, despite a performance in which he blew hot and cold, the finish was impressive.
It was very good. He got the job done in good style. Started with that left hand, just putting on the chin. He just kept those left hands going in. Excellent punches, looking for the chin, getting that choppy one in there. The legs go, and he kept the pressure on.
And Kenny Bayless decides that was enough, and there were no protests from Garcia, who was all over the place there. That was worrying, really, the way that his head was rocked about like that.
Yes, the last few chopping left hands were very, very good punches.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 14 seconds in round number 9. A referee in charge, Kenny Bayless, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the world, Joel El Cepillo Casamayor.
And the word around ringside here is that 2 of the judges had Garcia ahead. Let's get some reaction now.
Joel, congratulations to you. Luis, we need you to interpret right now. Was this more trouble than you had expected tonight?
¿Tú pensabas que esta pelea fue más difícil de lo que tú esperabas?
No, yo no es difícil porque yo me entrené para esta pelea y hice lo que me dijo en la esquina. 4 o 5 rounds y después nos pegamos y nos vamos. Él estaba quedado 5 rounds, pero yo me entrené para esta pelea.
He says, you know, he was doing exactly what his corner was telling him. Don't hurry up. Take your time. 4 or 5 rounds, box him, keep him moving, make him catch flies, and, you know, after that, just take over. And that's exactly what he did. He came out in the 6th and had him hurt.
But Luis is